I think you were on it, Dave. I think it was Bingham who jumped, the junior out of Sandy, Utah, the underneath tackle. So 1st and 5 to start the game. Benson in the eye, follows Williams, gets to at the most to the 27. It'll be 2nd and 3 from there. And a little red in the neighborhood, you better believe it when you come to Lincoln, Nebraska. The starting 11 defensively for the Huskers. Their 4-3 is missing Chris Kelsey, first team all Big 12er. Trevor Johnson starts instead. Des Moines Adams second on the team in sacks on the right side. Shanley, Rude, and Williams are the backers. They're strong on the corners. DeJuan Gross, who Noxie was just talking about. Fabian Washington, a true freshman, is on the opposite side with Bullocks and Bryant at the safeties. Benson again. Can't bounce off people. No gain. Patrick Kabongo would not let go, the junior from Montreal.
And Patrick's got some size to him. Patrick's 6'6", 315 pounds. Look at the athletic ability. Separate from the block and make the play. That's a gold star on the forehead of Kabongo right there. El Kabong.
His first season as a starter. He played 9 last year as a reserve. So they are fired up. Now can they hold Texas? It was a 1st and 5. And all of a sudden his 3rd and about 2.5. Sims' first throw of the game. Underneath, going for the first down, and he won't get there. The grab made to the 29-yard line. Taking it in, Cedric Benson out of the backfield. Boy, do you believe it? That is some tough D.
Well, Demario Williams made a very, very sure tackle. The junior college linebacker, the best blitzer that Nebraska has. He was tremendous in the flat, making a very, very sure tackle. 3 and out for Texas, just what Nebraska wanted. And as you mentioned, Joel, 3 and out after giving up 5 yards in the first snap by jumping offside.
Bradford will kick it out of bounds, punted away from DeJuan Gross, who leads the nation in returns with a 20-yard average. Low line drive down the middle, believe it or not. Gross doesn't call for the fair catch. Didn't have enough room to take it in. That's why you see the flags. Nifty moves across the 40. He's out to the 42. So he didn't have that little halo.
Yeah. And the guy that infringed on that halo is Unger, the best cover guy that Texas has got. Michael Unger broke the halo.
No relation to Felix, we're told.
No, absolutely. But he leads the team in special teams tackles. A little over anxious there. Got inside that 2-yard halo area that you have to give the buffer to catch the punt. Gross leads the nation, averaging 20 yards per punt return.
Does Nebraska just want to decline it, take it at their own 42 with great field position, or give Gross a chance to hit the home run? They're talking it over.
It's a 10-yard penalty now.
Well, they'll have it a little bit better off then. They'll have it at the 44 instead of the 42 after the mark-off. It's a great field position for the Huskers on their first series of the contest, coming off maybe their best day offensively of the entire season, scoring 38 down against the Aggies on the road, and that also ended a 5-game road losing streak last week at A&M.
They rushed for 381 yards and ran the ball 73 times. And that gentleman right there, Jamal Lord, 30 carries, set a record, most carries by a quarterback in Nebraska history.
Darren Diedrich altering it across the 45 to the 47, a gain of close to 3 for their starting tailback. But we'll see a bunch as Jamal Lord, well, he's averaged 137 yards rushing over the last 4 games. Not much of a passer, but he's like an extra tailback. Incognito, Erickson, Garrison, Cody, Bill Waldrop up front. Then Diedrich is going to be backed up by a Horn. Davies, the fullback. Hasselbrock, the wingback. You won't see the wide receivers all that often today. It's Diedrich. He's got more than enough for the first down. Into the secondary. All the way to the 30. Make it the 25. If they can run the ball, it's going to be a long night for Texas.
Boy, excellent block by Judd Davies as he worked his way down the football field. He got a nice seal block. An excellent execution by Jamal Lord. Makes the look. Now he's got Thornton's right here. He's got Thornton in a quandary. He's got a shoulder pad square to the line of scrimmage. Pitches immediately. Watch Davies. Seal block inside. He turns back on Derek Johnson, allowing Diedrich to get the extra yards. Nice start for Nebraska.
Trips in the backfield. Grewal joining Davies and Diedrich. And just cracking it at Krewald, the 250-pound sophomore out of Scotia, Nebraska. And defensively, third best in total defense in the nation. Redding, he's the standout up front with Tubbs, Wright, Kalen Thornton all the way back from the knee surgery in the offseason. Jackson, Boyd, Johnson, the linebackers. Johnson, a Butkus Award semifinalist. Basher and Babers. Boy, do they have a pair of cornerbacks. And Huff and Pearson are the safeties. Caught it second, a little shy of 8. Lord looking to pass, in trouble. This is what he does well, but he can't elude the pressure. Instead of throwing it away, he takes the sack back at the 31. Corey Redding, one of the best rush ends in the nation. Huff got to him early, flushed him out the strong safety, and Redding cleaned up.
Well, that makes 5 sacks for Corey Redding in the last 4 ball games, counting tonight as the 4th ball game. He has been unbelievable in the last 3-game stretch. 16 tackles, 11 unassisted, 9 for loss, forced to fumble, 4 sacks. Now he's got 5. He has been a one-man wrecking crew. 3rd
and 16. Not exactly what Nebraska needed after the 33-yard run. And now good protection. Lord deep down the middle and almost intercepted. The safety coming over. They wanted Mark LaFleur, a true freshman, but Dakari Pearson, the free safety, read the quarterback perfectly.
Oh, Dakari Pearson has 5 interceptions, and he almost had his 6th. And you're right, Joel. He was just looking right at the eyes of Jamal Lord. Nice tight spiral, overthrew the receiver. Pearson had the best opportunity at it, but he could only get one hand on it. Got the right hand up, couldn't get the left hand to secure the pig.
Josh Brown, 7 of 9, 5 field goals for 40 yards or longer. This would be a season high. A 48-yard attempt trying to give Nebraska the lead.
Oh, yeah.
He's got plenty of foot into it, and Nebraska's on the board. So Brown with the great kickoff to take the return game out. He's an early weapon for the Huskers. A 48-yard field goal. Trying to pull off the upset. Nebraska with the early advantage.
One company brings new value to the way we communicate.
Here, Sarah.
With smartphone technology that adds color to the wireless world.
Here, Sarah.
Fiber optic components that drive broadband internet service.
Here, Sarah.
And copiers that scan direct to email for instant communication around the globe.
Here, Sarah.
One company does all these things and more to bring new value to our world. Kyocera.
Without a single word, these songs speak to millions of music lovers around the world. Now, TV Music for You presents Instrumental Classics, featuring 30 of your all-time favorite melodies. Here are songs to rekindle your fondest memories. You'll cherish this treasury of heart-touching favorites. Instrumental Classics, pure musical pleasure on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. Here's how to order. Call toll-free to order Instrumental Classics. 2 CDs, $26.99, 2 cassettes, $21.99, plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
College Football Saturday on Fox Sports Net. Brought to you by Kyocera. One company, countless solutions. By Nissan and your Nissan dealer. By Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. And by Subway. Eat fresh. Haymarket Square in beautiful downtown Lincoln, Nebraska. They like the college football just a little bit. Only game in town, in fact. Josh Brown takes Young out of the return game again. What a great weapon. So, 1st and 10 from the 20 for the second consecutive time for the Longhorns. Let's check in with Jim Knox. Knoxy.
Okay, Joe, I'll tell you what, weather could definitely be a factor in tonight's game. Right now, temperatures in the low 30s. And later tonight, guys, during the 4th quarter, they're expecting possible sleet and snow. So points right now could be hard to come by. That could be a factor. And check this out. Nebraska fans, they're well prepared, Joe.
You know, under Frank Solich, Nebraska's 37-4 when they score first, and they're on the board first tonight.
High formation of Williams and Benson. Play fake for Sims. And out of the backfield. High Evan Williams bobbles, but gets the first down across the 30. He's pushed out by Josh Bullocks. The free safety. Good grab by Evan Williams. He's a junior from Cleveland, Texas. Don't forget, he was the starter last year at tailback. He's more of a fullback size-wise, but he gave way by midseason to Cedric Benson.
And he had 11 knockdown blocks last week against Iowa State, leading the way for Cedric Benson. He is a good receiver out of the backfield, and Texas went to him right away. There's Big Ivan right there.
56% of the time he's found his target. As Sims is throwing on first down. No, he's not. Right in there, Ryan Bingham. The junior from Sandy, Utah, almost untouched as he shot the gap.
Yeah, Bingham, I tell you what, he got off the line of scrimmage very, very quickly. What a get off. And that's what you look for, is that first step. And that's just knocking a lineman down on his backside. That's just overpowering. That's called the bull rush. And Bingham was the bull. And he bulled the Texas lineman down to the ground, right on his back. Sims had no chance.
So now on 2nd and long, their best catcher out of the backfield, Brett Robin. He's in with a 3-wide receiver set. They dump it on the screen to Brett Robin. DeJuan Gross bulldogs him out of bounds. Man, it's a short gain. Out to the 28. Still 3rd and better than 10 coming up.
Boy, it was set up better than the results they got. Tillman Holloway, the offensive lineman, got out there in the open field, and he could not cut Gross down to the ground. He tried to cut block Gross. Gross hopped right over him and just closing speed. Got to Robin in a heartbeat.
So now 3rd and long. Williams stays in the backfield along with Robin. They need some protection, the kind of rush that Chris Sims has seen early. And a dead ball foul, a false start coming up. Longhorns weren't set when the snap came.
Have to be set for a full second. One of the big advantages that Nebraska has here at Lincoln is crowd noise. And this is an educated crowd. They know when to get loud. And there's nothing worse than being in a must-pass situation as an offensive lineman. Defensive linemen are pinning their ears back to the quarterback, and you can't hear. Your only advantage is a snap count, and it's taken away. It's a tough feeling.
Huskers on the longest winning streak in the nation at home. 26 straight games. Sims moving the pocket. Drilling it to his wideout, Tony Jeffrey, but he's going to be short of where he needed to go for the first down. Popped out across the 37, short by about 4 yards. Bullocks getting there in time along with Lornell McPherson. They have the dime package in there.
Boy, Nebraska's defense is flying around the football field. You know, as well as the offense ran the ball, they shut Texas A&M down last week running the football. Texas A&M only had 53 yards rushing on 24 attempts, so they dominated both sides of the line of scrimmage in the running game.
I find it hard to believe that the senior from Lufkin, Bradford, would punt it away for DeJuan Gross. And now Gross is hit. Flags on the play. Huskers cover the ball, but down there early and making contact for Texas, it was Dorian McCullough.
Was he blocked into him? Because there was a blocker there as well.
Now, it didn't look like he gave much space again.
Yeah, he crowded it, but now they're talking it over. The officials are talking over. Was he blocked into the return man? If he's blocked into him, the flag will be picked up. That's what's being discussed right here. Was the cover guy blocked into the return man, or did he do it? Did his own impetus take him into the return man? That's the discussion. If he was blocked into him, they'll pick it up. If they feel he wasn't, the halo violation will go into effect. It'll be another 10-yard penalty.
Another look. You be the judge on this one.
Now, here's the blocker making the contact, and let's see how much contact there is. Ooh.
Now, he went right into him on his own.
He invaded, and they're picking it up because the blocker was in the area. They're picking it up. It'll be first down
for Nebraska. As McCullough got into that area again. They call it the halo. Give him enough space to make the catch. I'm surprised they've even kicked it in his direction against the best of the nation of returning punts.
There's a light in your soul. It says you're one of a kind. Don't never let it go. Be original, an individual. Yeah, like Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. There's nothing better. Be you, do what you.
Are you one of the millions of American males who would like increased sexual energy? Consider something different. All-natural Enerx. Clinical studies show various ingredients of Enerx enhance sexual energy, increasing desire, performance, and satisfaction. Enerx is all natural with no side effects. With Enerx, you'll feel the increased energy within minutes and with no chemicals. We're so sure you and your mate will be completely satisfied. We'll offer you a 30-day, no questions asked, full refund. Enerx stimulates sexual energy by expanding the blood vessels, causing increased blood flow to specific areas of the body. Unleash the power of Enerx now.
Call 1-800-367-3404 toll-free, and it will be delivered discreetly to your home. Get results using the safe, all-natural alternative, Enerx.
The best damn sports show, period. Hollywood's biggest stars, sports' greatest athletes, and the sexiest babes. Weeknights.
Nebraska with the ball back, and also a 3-0 lead over number 7 Texas. Well, the World Series that just concluded a couple of weeks ago, reminding us all an All-American for the Nebraska Cornhuskers in baseball. He was all Big 8 as well when it came to football, a punter for the Longhorns. In fact, on their 1994 national championship team, and made some great plays defensively. The Anaheim Angels, as Diedrich carries it across the 30, gets about 3 on first down. And let's join Jim Knotts with our special guest.
All right, Joe, here he is, Darren Erstad, first fresh off that World Series victory by the Anaheim Angels. Have you come down to earth yet?
I don't think I've realized what's happened yet, but you know, we had this day marked on the calendar regardless of what happened. I'm just happy I can be back.
All right, this game so far, your thoughts, and I know you have to be pleased, but what a career you had in Nebraska as a punter back in the '94 championship game, pinned Miami deep in their own territory.
Well, I had the best of both worlds. I got to sit on the sidelines and watch the game and actually go out there and play. It was like a fantasy camp, so our boys are going to roll tonight, so I'm very confident.
We're going to let you enjoy the rest of this one. Appreciate the time, Joel.
Oh. See, I love it. Our boys are going to roll tonight. I feel confident.
Where's the rally monkey? I figured he'd have a rally monkey on his shoulder or something, but I'll tell you, did you see Jamal Lord on that play?
Yes.
220-pound quarterback. He's got some power in those legs, and he ran people over. Nebraska is up in the bit tonight.
And they've got the true freshman of the game for the first time, David Horn.
Go.
Play fake. They're looking for, is that Horn? Yes, it is. What a move. He's got a first down. This young man has averaged better than 100 a game over the last 4. Time for a Dr. Pepper game break. Back to our College Football Saturday studio. Chris.
All right, Joel, thanks. Check out this run by Oklahoma's Quentin Griffin. A little jock maneuver right there, and he's getting it going. Ran for $128 today. The Sooners win their 3rd straight over a ranked opponent, remain unbeaten. And Dave Lavin, they keep getting better and better, don't they?
All right, Chris. Now, what a day for the Oklahoma Sooners, solidifying their position in the national rankings. Nebraska doing everything right so far. It's the option. Lord, he's got options if he wants them. What a stop. Picks up an extra 10, almost 15 after he stopped on a dime. Nathan Vasher forced him out. Way too easy this early for Lord and the option attack of Nebraska.
Yeah, he's finding all kinds of real estate out there to take advantage of. And look at him stop and start. That change of direction looks like a slalom skier getting both his edges in the snow. and he picks up some blocks down the football field. The Nebraska wide receivers are the best blocking group of wide receivers in the country. And I'll tell you, they stay after people. They stalk people down the football field.
59 yards rushing already. Lord calling his own number again, and why not? He just rakes through an ankle tackle. Takes it for another 6. Roderick Wright puts him down, a true freshman working up front for Texas, but still big yardage on first down for Lord.
Well, it's obvious that the confidence Nebraska got down at College Station last week is carrying over. The way they won the game, who they beat, and where they beat them are all significant. And it's carrying right over and home again at Memorial Stadium.
David Horn can't get away. Pinched in the backfield by Wright. Great penetration. Boy, they got a good-looking one, don't they? 6'5", 325-pounder. First-team high school All-American out of A-Leaf Hastings High School in the Houston suburbs.
And he's not a sloppy 3 1/4. I mean, that guy is put together, and he's only 18 years old. I mean, that's still a pup. Wait till he grows up to be a full-blown dog. Now you got yourself something serious.
So it's a loss for Horn. Back to the 23, a loss of 3, and now a 3rd and 7. This drive started back at the 28, and Lord wants to work out of the shotgun and change the play. The audible is called. The pitch on the option to Horn. Look at the speed. The young man from Omaha Central High School, the same high school that only produced Gale Sayers, short of the first down by maybe a yard.
Well, Horn rushed for 128 yards and 4 touchdowns last week against Texas A&M. The crowd is saying to Frank Solich, go for it on 4th and 1, and he's obliging. He says, we've got momentum, and the field position is good, and my defense is playing very, very sound football. It's time to go for it on 4th and short.
And now he brings back the threesome of Krewald, Davies, and Diedrich diving. Don't think he got it. I don't think Diedrich got it. He is put down by Reed Boyd, the middle linebacker. Boy, that was a torpedo in the air, wasn't it? He's short by about a yard, I believe.
And Stevie Lee got some great penetration at defensive tackle. It starts up front. You have to get underneath the lineman and reestablish the line of scrimmage backwards. And Derek Johnson does a good job taking on the fullback, and Boyd's there to solidify the hit. And look at the penetration by the Texas Longhorns. Defensive linemen all shooting gaps. 4 white jerseys in Nebraska's backfield. That's where it starts, that penetration that disrupted the play at the line of scrimmage.
So now Texas with it for the 3rd time, looking for their first down of the contest with 6:05 remaining in the first quarter. Same twosome in the backfield of Benson and Ivan Williams. Benson through traffic. Great power play on first down across the 20 to the 23. So close to 6 for Cedric Benson. Oh, don't forget the NFL show on Fox Sports Net. Get a head start on the college football week or the NFL weekend because you can see it later tonight. It's all presented by the U.S. Postal Service. Tommy Davidson trying to keep the crew in check. Michael Earp and Tony Saragusa. Join us later tonight after all the college football. That's at 11 o'clock. And then again tomorrow morning. On 2nd and short, Cedric Benson, the sophomore from Midland Lee, shut down by Barrett Rude, the middle linebacker. And he's short of the first down by about 2.5. Well, Cedric Benson, one of the most heralded to come out of high school in many, many years. Already being compared to the Heisman Trophy winner Ricky Williams, and actually, Dave, ahead pace-wise of where Williams was after 20 games.
Well, the thing that doesn't show is yards per carry efficiency, and Cedric Benson has many more carries than Ricky Williams at that stage in those numbers, but the production is outstanding, and when you're comparing it all to a Heisman Trophy winner, that's high compliment.
Throwing on 3rd and about 3. Quick pop on the slant, plenty of contact, no flag, and it's incomplete for Brock Edwards, the tight end. And Chris Sims really upset.
Scott Shanley was there in coverage, and Chris Sims thought that Scott Shanley climbed the back. But boy, the Nebraska the reason Frank Solich went for it on 4th and 1, he had confidence in his defense if they weren't successful. That defense rewarded him with a 1-2-3 and out, and Nebraska gets the ball right back. That's part of the decision-making process, is how your defense is playing, if you want to go for it or not.
It's only a matter of time before DeJuan Gross gets a return.
Angle kicked this one.
Kept it away from Gross. Good idea. Send it out of bounds. And it's right around the 35-yard line.
Nicely done.
When all is said and done by Bradford. It'll be right at the 34, but serious field position again for Nebraska. Dominating early, but only up by 3.
We are the proud and privileged guardians of a rare and priceless book called the Gutenberg Bible. And a Longhorn named Bevo. Amen. We're Texas.
Garcia and the Niners, Gannon and the Raiders. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader this week.
I've always loved working on computers, and in the Army, that's what I do. I set up networks, I troubleshoot, I basically do things I would have never dreamed I'd been able to do before.
If you never thought about the U.S. Army or Army Reserve, think about this. There are 212 ways for you to become a soldier and work at a job you'll love. Call for this free video to find out which job is right for you.
I'd never really thought of the Army as a choice.
Your free video will also give you an idea of what Army life is like, how you can earn money for college, even what questions to ask your recruiter.
I'm going to walk away with a lot of memories, a lot of friends, and something that's going to change me for the rest of my life.
Call 1-800-645-ARMY right now, and you'll also receive a free Army t-shirt. Discover the 212 ways you can be an Army of one.
If you would ask me a year ago if I'd be here doing this, I could have never imagined it. I love what I do. I love doing it for the Army.
1993, Bill Clinton signs a tax on your Social Security benefits. Erskine Bowles, he supported it. Then as one of Clinton's top advisors on Social Security, Erskine Bowles supported market-based options, risking your Social Security in the stock market. Imagine that. Bowles favored putting your Social Security in the stock market. But now he falsely attacks Mrs. Dole on Social Security. Erskine Bowles, saying one thing, doing another. Log on, learn more.
Finally, a formula that really works. Stamina RX. Stamina RX is the most potent sexual stimulant for men in the world. Gentlemen, if you're not performing to your full potential, then this is the product you've been looking for. No other sexual stimulant on the market can make you feel like this. In 30 minutes, you can be 18 again. Increase your size and make your endurance skyrocket. It's the strongest natural sexual stimulant on the market without the side effects. Stamina RX works well for people with diabetes and impotence. To order Stamina RX, call toll-free at 888-745-9538.
So Nebraska has only tried one pass so far. And we've played close to 12 minutes of the contest. This is the third possession for the Cornhuskers. They've enjoyed great field position. Now, well, the third best defense in the nation. Texas comes in number 3 in total defense, third in scoring defense, giving up only 13 points a game. Can they get them to go 3 and out for the first time tonight?
How about this? 4 receivers for Nebraska, 4 wides.
And no quarterback draw. Lord, low percentage play, falls incomplete. Now, I thought they were spreading him for the quarterback draw. Ben Cornelson was the closest one, the senior from Shawnee, Kansas, but Cedric Griffin was on top of him, the nickelback. And Lord had room to run.
Yeah, I think he did too, but I think they have a tremendous amount of respect for the Texas team's speed and their ability to rally to the football. In 3rd and 11, you don't. If you're Nebraska in their style of offense, you don't want to be 3rd and 11.
First punt for Kyle Larson as Nathan Basher, another great return man, one of the best in the nation, is waiting for the Longhorns, a junior from Texarkana, Texas. And Texas should get, barring a turnover, their best field position to start a drive tonight.
Yeah, Basher's averaging over 12 yards per punt return himself.
Get close to Larson, who wobbles it out off the side of his foot, and great field position. It's out of bounds right around the 40-yard line.
I think you might have holding on Nebraska. I think somebody held up the middle as Texas put a rush up the middle, and I think the Texas will decline it because they're going to have good field position anyway. And the hold is called up the gut, and I don't know. The Texas. I wonder if they'll make them re-kick it, or if they like this field position because it wasn't that good a punt.
If they decline it, they'll have the ball at the 37-yard line. It's a 3-0 lead for Nebraska on the 48-yard field goal by Josh Brown.
They're going to make him re-kick it. And a lot of pressure on the center to snap the football and then block. And I think the center held up the gut.
On a kicking team, 10-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
Well, the heat came, as you mentioned, right up the middle. So the hold definitely was up the middle. It wasn't from the perimeter.
Right, and that's tough duty. I mean, you got your head down, you're snapping the football, then you have to get your head back up and make contact and block a rush guy legally. And I think there was a little reach and hook going on by the deep snapper. And let's see if Larson, remember where that ball was spotted. Let's see if this, let's see what field position they end up with here. I'm not sure. It's good moving on. We'll see.
Both coaches have so much confidence in their special teams. Not a shock that they would go after it again. Larson now sends out a beauty. Fair catch called for. Man, it's about a 10-yard difference. Basher takes it close to the 27, 26 call it. So it's a -11 in the exchange for Texas.
Yeah, that was a bad punt.
Much better protection up the middle.
Yeah, Larson mishit. Give him a second chance. He made good.
So 49-yard punt by Kyle Larson. And something you can get involved with and vote tonight with us on FoxSports.com on Lycos. How many teams are going to finish this year undefeated? Now 8 went in undefeated today. Notre Dame already lost.
Notre Dame fell out of it. They lost to Boston College. The Catholic Bowl, and the Catholics from Boston beat Notre Dame.
From the 26. First and 10. Sims throwing on first down. Roy Williams, big cushion. Nice moves into the secondary. He's got it across the 40 to the 42.
Jeez.
The junior from Odessa, he's fun to watch after the catch.
What a specimen. 6'4", 210 pounds. And in high school, he won the state championship in the high jump, long jump, 100 meters. He was a one-man track team, and you can see the unbelievable, he's a genetic phenomenon. He really is.
First down. So throwing on first down certainly paid off, especially with the easy look on the outside. Say, why not? Let's do it again. Because he had the big cushion on Fabian Washington, the true freshman. He's got to be 6-7 yards off the line of scrimmage, and Roy Williams.
Well, Fabian Washington is playing man coverage, but he's covering a heck of a man. And I mean, Fabian Washington is 6 feet, 170 pounds.
Pitch and catch, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is a true freshman. 6 feet, 175 pounds will give Roy Williams 6'4", 210. It's kind of a mismatch in size and speed ratio.
The Longhorns, the last team to beat Nebraska at Memorial Stadium. Nebraska's won 73 of 74 at home. Nebraska was offside, no flag. Williams again, victimizing Washington. He's got a first and 10 to the 18-yard line on a deep post.
Well, in Roy Williams tonight, there was concern about that hamstring. Well, it looks like it's pretty good because it's in the 30s. Temperatures in the 30s. That's not conducive for a guy that's got a hamstring problem. He's running pretty freely right now. Sloan Thomas is probably not going to be able to take many snaps tonight. His hamstrings are in worse shape, but he get inside Fabian Washington again, and it's the Roy Williams drive going on right now.
3 consecutive catches. They double up the wide receivers on the near side. Williams gets a break. They'll run it with Benson up the middle, and Cedric cracks it inside the 15 down to the 14, where he's met by DeMario Williams, a weak side backer. Good yardage, though, about 4 yards on first down for Benson. Man, it was tough for the sophomore. As you remember on that first series, they couldn't get 5 yards on 3 snaps.
Benson always gets that pad level low. Very rarely does he get knocked backwards. You know, when he's tackled for loss, it's because of penetration. Look at the splits the Texas offensive linemen are taking. They started taking bigger splits against Iowa State, giving bigger lanes for Cedric Benson.
2nd and 6 on the toss sweep. Benson will turn the corner. Got it around Des Moines Adams. Still Adams holding on.
Gross said he took his hands, and the referee said no, he was already out of bounds.
He was on the sideline, but Adams comes up limping.
Yeah.
So that's a big blow because they're already missing their second team all Big 12 selection last year, Chris Kelsey. He's still bothered by the hamstring. That's the 4th straight game he's missed, Dave. So they start Trevor Johnson on one side, inexperienced junior, and Adams now is going to go over to the bench.
And on that play, Adams looks like he's grabbing his hamstring. And I'll tell you, it's tough to get loose in this kind of weather. And they ran a fake dive, and pitched the ball to Benson to the short side of the field. And he outran Nebraska's defense.
First and goal, Texas outside of the 7. Little play fake for Chris Sims, finds some time, almost intercepted, jumping the route perfectly. Josh Bullocks, he read it better than the receiver.
He did everything but catch the football, and that's the most important thing. His route recognition was extraordinary. He broke on the ball, but he did not catch it. Great blitz pickup by Benson, takes the defender to the ground, and Chris Sims staring in at that receiver, and I'll tell you, the better position was Bullocks. And that one, he'd like to have that one again because that hit him right between the 2 and the 0, and Chris Sims dodged the bullet right there.
Williams in the game. Over to the near side. It is P.J. Johnson. Short side, Roy Williams in the eye on 2nd and goal. Benson battled his way just to get the handoff. Deep in the backfield, Justin Smith. Smith, a senior from Sherman, Texas, who had 4 sacks last year. He's now pressed into duty on the edge because of the injuries.
And great red zone defense by the Nebraska Cornhuskers. It's all about attitude and desire when you're down here on a short field. And Nebraska's really flying around the football field right now. And this is where you might think about going back to Roy Williams, get that matchup on the much smaller, shorter Fabian Washington, and try to go over the top, a little bit of a fade. They had the matchup at the bottom of the screen. Chris Sims calls timeout, and they had the matchup. They had Roy Williams matched up on Fabian Washington. Watch for the fade.
So in the final 30 seconds of the first quarter, Texas using their first time out of the half. So a chip shot field goal, but they'll try to get into the end zone on 3rd and goal from outside of the 8. College football Saturday presented by Kia. Sarah returns to Fox Sports Net next Saturday. Pac-10 showdown. Cal Golden Bears taking on number 16 ranked Arizona State. Our coverage begins next Saturday with the College Football Saturday kickoff show, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net.
Well, Joel, the last time we had Texas, they played Kansas State in Manhattan. We had a defensive battle. And I expected the same type of thing tonight in the end of the first quarter. We only have 24 seconds to go. It has been exactly that. Big plays are hard to come by. I mean, you're battling, scratching, clawing for every yard you possibly can. And red zone defense has been extraordinary. For both defenses have bent, but not broken.
That was a great game. A 17-14 win that you're talking about, Dave, on the road in Manhattan. The 11th consecutive road victory. So here are the offensive keys, according to Greg Davis, their offensive coordinator.
And handling the environment means the crowd noise. And when you get Roy Williams and company one-on-one, they got to make plays and try to get that running game to take over and settle everything down. I still say, watch this matchup. Washington on Roy Williams. Fabian Washington, Roy Williams. Watch the fade over in this corner of the end zone as an option.
They've got Johnson along with Tony Jeffrey on the opposite side. Jeffrey, the slot man. 3rd and goal outside of the 8. Here comes the blitz from the outside. Sims rush, fires back in the end zone, out of the reach of B.J. Johnson.
Boy, nice pressure on Chris Sims, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal opportunity to tie this football game. Nebraska's defense is healthy. Chris Sims staring down that primary target once again, not really looking, scanning the field for other options. He had a pre-snap decision in his mind. He was going to go to B.J., and he went there. He went there unsuccessfully. B.J. Johnson could not corral the ball at the back of the goal line.
It's going to be a 25-yard attempt for the former walk-on Dusty Magnum to tie it up. Yes. Flag into the air. It's perfect. Now let's find out about the flag.
When Nebraska came off the edge pretty hard to get a hold here.
Offside.
So the
on the defense. Penalty decline.
Points on the board.
So long drive stalls on 1st and goal at the 7, but still a 25-yard field goal. And it's all even at 3.
Healthy Choice introduces everything you love about a grilled meal without the grill. New Healthy Choice mixed grills. Tender chunks of grilled chicken with seared-in flavor, tangy barbecue dipping sauce, and crisp vegetables. A delicious way to eat healthy. Real food and plenty of it.
Just the way I like it. Grilled.
6 new mixed grills from Healthy Choice.
16 million people will come to WebMD this month. Some will learn about a condition or a diagnosis. Others will chat with experts. Many will simply decide when to visit a doctor. We'll help them all to navigate WebMD's wealth of medically reviewed information to find exactly what they need. Americans may have thousands of different questions about their health, but now they have a single place to find the answers.
Welcome back to Lincoln. It's all even at 3 after the field goal by Mangum. Got a very short kickoff. Josh Davis running up the 15, across the 20. Great return to the 35, making the 39-yard line. He's near the 40. So again, Nebraska should be up by more than 3. They've had it at their own 40. The last time their own 34. First time they had it, they started their own 44.
Look at the field position now. Texas goes 66 yards in 9 plays and has to settle for a field goal because they were backed up. Field position in a defensive contest is so key. Where the average drive start is. I'm getting old, Joel. I played with Davis's dad, Tough Tony Davis, teammate of mine with the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's his son playing for Nebraska just like Tough Tony did.
It'll be a slight delay to David Horn. He's ripped down immediately by Michael Huff, the strong safety, and that is going to be the final snap of very entertaining and, as Dave mentioned, a defensive battle in the first quarter of two heavyweights, Nebraska and Texas. At the end of the first quarter, it's all even at 3. You're watching College Football Saturday, presented by Kia Sarah on Fox Sports Net.
See under my skin. I won't tell you a damn thing that I could not tell my friend.
Jared's here, and he's eating a hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
That I can't miss. Sounds delicious.
I'm on my way. Subway's hot dinner idea. Delicious chicken teriyaki topped with a tangy sweet onion sauce. Wow.
Subway, eat fresh.
I told you this thing was awesome. The 60-inch plasma HD TV, 4 inches deep, from Zenith.
Without a single word, these songs speak to millions of music lovers around the world. Now, TV Music for You presents Instrumental Classics, featuring 30 of your all-time favorite melodies. Here are songs to rekindle your fondest memories. You'll cherish this treasury of heart-touching favorites. Instrumental Classics, pure musical pleasure on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. Here's how to order. Call toll-free to order Instrumental Classics. 2 CDs, $26.99, 2 cassettes, $21.99, plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
We get ready for the start of the second quarter. Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska. It is the largest crowd in the history of Memorial Stadium. The 253rd consecutive sellout. And in the first snap, the deflection and the interception. Coming up with the pick, it's Nathan Vasher as Lord trying to throw it on the first snap of the second quarter, and Corey Redding got his hand up in time.
He did. Corey Redding got the deflection. Vasher got the pick. Big play. Coming into this football game, Nebraska was -4 in the turnover department overall. Texas was +7. Corey Redding tries to make the interception. It's a zone blitz. He's dropped back into coverage, and there's no way Lord thought that Redding was even going to be in that area. He didn't quite control it, but Vasher did. The old tip drill you work on every day in practice, and Vasher finalized the tip as Corey Redding could not squeeze it. But that zone blitz, dropping him off into coverage, really fooled Jamal Lord.
Best field position to start a drive for the Longhorns at the 48. Couple of play fakes. Sims looking deep downfield. Almost a great grab by Benson. Did he come up? No. It was there, then off his pads as T.J. Hollowell, the outside backer, was trying to keep up with him. Another native Texan.
That was a good matchup in Texas's opinion, to get their running back on linebacker. And just off his fingertips. Can't throw it any better than that. Benson just can't quite make the catch, but Sims laid it out there perfectly and almost hit Benson in stride.
So 2nd and 10. Out across the 48. After the pick. Looking underneath, Roy Williams. Working on DeJuan Gross. And he's got a first down to the 35-yard line of Nebraska. Time for another Dr. Pepper game break. What's the latest, Chris Rose?
All right, guys, earlier we showed you second-ranked Oklahoma, now top-ranked Miami, trailing Rutgers heading into the fourth, but then 28 unanswered points. Ken Dorsey to Kellen Winslow Jr. He waves to Dad and says, send money, please. Can you do the same for us, guys?
A little scare there by Rutgers, but Miami's got too much firepower.
Roy Williams, 4 catches already, Dave, 73 yards. Movement up front, free down for Chris Sims.
I think Texas may have moved. Because they froze it, but I'll tell you, Roy Williams is a man tonight. tough matchup for the cornerbacks for Nebraska.
Offside.
There was contact. Good call.
5-yard penalty.
Let's check in once again with Jim Knox. Knox.
Sideline, he tweaked his hamstring, trying to work it out, trying to stretch it out. So right now, Nebraska playing without their starting defensive end.
Now that's 2 starting defensive ends out now, with Chris Kelsey also gone.
I'll tell you what, when I see trainers doing that, it's like make a wish. Gosh, those guys are flexible. If they did that to me now, are you kidding me? I wouldn't be able to walk for 3 months.
Well, you'd be in traction for a while.
Oh, it'd be ugly.
We'd visit you in the hospital, though.
That's nice of you guys.
1st and 5. Benson waiting for the pursuit to slide 5, but they still get him after a gain of 3. It's Kabongo in on the hit. Well, they have had significant injuries up front. Jason Lohr, he was gone for the entire year. Tore the ACL before the season began.
And he was out last year as well. He's been he's had real injury problems during his career. And Chris Kelsey, projected first-round draft pick in the NFL as a defensive end, has been out 4 games. This is his 5th.
Benson again needs 2 for the first down. Takes the pile, and I think he's got enough. Yes, just across the 25. Hollowell tried to stop the play, the weak side backer.
Boy.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. So the Longhorns trying to establish a ground game because Nebraska's already got the ground game. Well, the passing game's there for Chris Sims. He's 8 of 12 so far. 8 of 12 for 103 yards. Now they need some balance.
You know, it's funny. He's been kind of a quiet 8 of 12, isn't he? And one of the drops, Benson could have had a big play down the sideline after the turnover. But boy, did Benson finish that run. He pushed the pile big time.
He's only averaging, though, 3 yards per pop. 9 carries for 27 yards. Now a 1st and 10 inside the 25 of the Huskers. They pick up the blitz. Little chip. Gives Sims time into the end zone off the fingertips. He was trying to get it to B.J. Johnson. That little chip, though, in the backfield, a huge one for Chris Sims.
And what a great spin move by Chris Sims to spin away from Barrett Ruud. Take a look at this is as we speak. Colorado lost in the conference today, 4-1 now, and here's Nebraska still alive. I mean, this is a huge game. No, look at nobody's out of it. Nobody's out of it on these 4 teams. Everybody's got a shot to win the Big 12 North. And taking a look at the South, Texas and Oklahoma still in the dogfight. How about Oklahoma State? Another big win. Texas A&M, they knocked them off today.
2nd and 10 for Sims and the Longhorns. Double move, corner of the end zone, man available. Too tall for Roy Williams as the safety finally got over there. Pat Ricketts, the extra defensive back. I do like the action of the double move of the pump.
Yep, and really, Chris Sims, in cold weather, you have to have a big hand to control the football as well as Chris Sims is. And he has a huge mucker. And the double move, the pump fake, got it. And Roy Williams just could not quite balance himself up to go airborne. Fabian Washington was the cornerback underneath, and over the top, as you described, Joe, came Pat Ricketts, a little cover 2.
So 2 straight misses after the first down, and now 3rd and 10. They spread the defense with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the wide side of the field. Sims out of the gun. They pick up the blitz. Pocket holds up at the 5. What a bullet, but Robert Timmons could not hang on, the true freshman from Flower Mound, Texas. Bland was coming over. He knew he was going to get hit.
Yeah.
And he pulled those arms back in.
Well, in the shotgun, Texas has not been in the shotgun since the Cotton Bowl in January of 2000. And Chris Sims throws a rocket out of the shotgun and hits his receiver right in the hands. You can't throw the football any better than he did to Robert Timmons. Timmons could not quite come up with it. But Texas in the shotgun for the first time since Major Applewhite got hurt in the Cotton Bowl.
Mangum tries to give the Horns their first lead from 41 yards away, and he's got it. He is 2 for 2 from 25, and now from 41, there is a flag down to the play.
Now we have running into the kicker. You take points off the board because it's 4th and 10. Running into is not automatic. That's 5 yards. Roughing is 15. I'm not sure you take points off the board here. Interesting call.
Running it into the kicker, a 5-yard penalty.
So it's, now the decision's Mack Brown. Say, do I take the field goal and keep the points on the board? Or do you take it off? He declines it. He said, I want the points.
Put on the point.
Easy decision for Mack Brown. So Texas, after trailing 4 minutes into the game, now has their first lead. Close to 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter.
I work at the new HP, which makes me pretty popular around back-to-school time. I'd get them the compact Presario 6000 TPC, Bob. Yeah, it's got an Intel Pentium 4 processor. That's for quicker access to the net. Your kids will be done with homework before dinner. We put the USB ports right in front for after-school activities. Uh-huh. It's great for college. We built in a networking card so students are wired to campus, to classes, to professors. Architecture school? Music major, huh? How's this? Killer audio! Hey, this PC can wire your kids for learning, too. And it's affordable. But don't call here. Call HP.
The compact Presario 6000 TPC with Intel Pentium 4 processor and HP color printer. Only $749 when you buy direct. Just call 1-888-921-6720 or go online.
Your friendly dealer with quality service backed by our lowest price guarantee. Toby Wells, Pontiac Buick GMC.
For a limited time, get 0% financing up to 5 years on GMC Sierra, Yukon, Denali, and Envoy. Motor Trend's Sport Utility of the Year. Pontiac is fuel for the soul with the all-new Vibe starting at $199 per month. Buick LeSabre is the spirit of American style. The best-selling full-size car in America 10 years in a row.
Quality for less and the best selection in the Sandhills. Toby Wells, Pontiac Buick GMC. Customer service that's second to none on US 1.
Introducing a new idea from America Online. New America Online 8.0. We listened to everything you asked for and designed new AOL 8.0 with better, more personal ways to stay close to the people you care about, the things that matter most, and to do it all more easily and more safely. AOL 8.0. It's not just a new version. It's a whole new vision.
Welcome. Here for another hint. 1991. I got more hints, but I'm not going to give it away.
Well, I'll tell you something. Don't get a little huskyish on me right now. David Lord, Judd Davies, comprising the backfield as Lord runs the option. Indecision, but still he gets 5 yards on first down. So they look at Lord, say, we'll let you beat us. Back to that win in 1998. Major Applewhite, the quarterback. How about a touchdown pass? 16 yards to Derek Lewis. Good day for Ricky Williams as well. Yeah, he had 150 yards rushing.
He did. He rushed for 150, and the fans were chanting Heisman, Heisman for him. The Nebraska fans were at the end of the game, and Major Applewhite 2 touchdown passes.
That was the big one to Wayne McGarity.
He threw 14. He completed 14 to 26 for 269 yards. Very big day for Major.
Halloween nights. 1998, and now setting up the screen. Nebraska had room, and boy, great pursuit down the line as they take care of LaFleur again, the true freshman out of Omaha Central. Rod Babers read it perfectly, just weaved his way through the blockers.
He did, and that team speed. I mean, Texas has got speed everywhere defensively, as does Nebraska. Boy, Texas. They've got
a track team.
No, it's like a 400-meter relay team out there for a football team.
Big third down now, third and a deuce, and Diedrich won't get there.
Nope.
Darren Diedrich stopped again. Well, Texas has the lead in points off a turnover, the only turnover of the game, and now all of a sudden the number 3 defense in the nation starting to pick up the pace.
And they've really made some nice adjustments in defending the option. The first series or two, Jamal Lord was running free. And now the yards are very, very difficult to come by. Carl Reese and his defensive staff have made great adjustments, and they're controlling the line of scrimmage.
You going to get in the way of Stevie Lee at 6'4", 320?
Stevie Lee, I'll tell you, he likes training table.
Basher waits for the punt, and this is a returnable type. Can he make the first man miss? Yes, he does. Goes out of bounds across the 40, so again, great field position for Texas at their own 41 after starting the last drive after the turnover at their own 48.
And the cover guy was Gross. Gross not only returns punts, he's one of the best cover guys for Nebraska covering punts, and Vasher and Gross matched up right there.
It is the largest crowd in the history of Memorial Stadium.
How about that?
35 degrees at kickoff. They're talking about freezing rain later tonight. Could turn to snow. So, you know, that'll keep you warm, but I got a feeling a lot of people came with plenty of antifreeze in them before they ever arrived at the game.
You got to knock the ice off that pizza.
Benson and Ivan Williams in the backfield. And Sims with a dead ball foul coming up. He had success in the last 2 drives throwing on first down.
Doan moved early. Doan get out of that 2-point stance before the snap of the football.
Full start.
That cost him 5.
Left tackle.
That crowd noise is tough. In Texas, trying to throw the ball on first down, a little contrarian thinking in the play calling, and it backfired.
Well, Greg Davis told us, the offensive coordinator, that they had been working this week with the speakers on and a lot of crowd noise during their practices because they knew they were going to have to deal with it.
But there's nothing like, you know, when the red light is on and Nebraska's flying all over the football field and you have all these people screaming, it's different. You can't simulate it in practice. You can try, but it's not the same.
2 to the same side, the wide side, and Benson coming out of the backfield. On 1st and 15, a delay. Ivan Williams trying to run left with the ball in his right hand. It just looked slow, didn't it? Kevin Smith, the redshirt freshman out of Macon, Georgia, making the stop. Oh, this week it's a doubleheader on Fox NFL Sunday. It all starts with America's #1 free game show. Donovan McNabb and those Eagles look to soar past Brian Urlacher, the Bears. Terrell Owens, the first-place 49ers, battling Jerry Rice of the Raiders. Rice plays against the 49ers for the first time in his career. That is all on Fox NFL Sunday tomorrow. I can't wait to see that. The Raiders desperate for a win after losing 3 in a row. Now a 2nd and long after a gain of only a yard. Sims on the deep drop. Underneath, Benson can't hang on. It was thrown behind him. And it's going to bring up 3rd and a long way to go.
Well, Chris Sims telling Benson, it's my fault. I threw the ball behind you. I was expecting a little bit a different move out of that pivot route than you gave me. Well, when you jump off sides, start the drive, you're off schedule. 1st and 15 against a quality defense is tough. Now you find yourself 3rd and about a long 14 or a short 15.
An 11-game road winning streak on the line for the Longhorns. How many teams can say they've won 11 straight on the road? And 15 of their last 17 outside of Austin under Mac Brown, as Sims wants a timeout.
Right, that's not counting the neutral sites. That's on the road, not neutral sites.
We'll come back and find out what the Horns do on 3rd and 14, leading by 3.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila, and these are offers to get credit cards. It's pretty easy to get them, not so easy to get out from under the bills. But now you can. Just call Home 123. They'll show you how to turn your high-interest credit card bills into one bill that's probably a lot less than you're paying now. And the interest may even be tax-deductible. So call Home 123 right now and get rid of all those credit card bills. Call 1-800-HOME-123 or visit us on the web at home123.com. It's how to get the money you need.
One company values the environment. Kyocera. By creating solar panels that convert sunlight into a clean source of energy. Kyocera. Ceramic components that make our engines run cleaner. Kyocera. And the most earth-friendly copiers and printers on the planet. Kyocera. One company does all these things and more to bring new value to our world. Kyocera.
The original and the oh, we made us move our feet. Tito Puente, like the stuff that's on the taste of originality, salutes individuality, and gives life a personality. Be you, do what you do. Be you, Dr. Pepper.
Texas has a field goal lead over Nebraska. A couple of field goals. The difference right now. And our Dr. Pepper Big 12 Player of the Week, well, we're watching him. He's been shut down on the ground, though, so far by Nebraska. That's Cedric Benson, running for 199 yards last week in a win over Iowa State. A couple of scores. He is a Sensational kid out of Midland Lee. And now Sims on 3rd and 14. Comeback and turning late and making the catch anyway. What a grab by Tony Jeffrey. Made it look like a piece of cake, the sophomore from Houston. But boy, that ball was 75% of the way there when he turned around, Dave.
It was a heat-seeking missile, there's no doubt. And here's the NFL arm strength people are talking about. I mean, he sets in that pocket, transfers his weight, follows through, and throws a frozen rope. I mean, you can hang your clothes on that line and go through the car wash and not get wet, man. He can fire the pill.
So they convert out of the timeout on 3rd and 14. Only one timeout left in the half for Texas, leading by 3 in Nebraska territory. Nice waggle, move the pocket, dump it off. It's Ivan Williams, big yardage. He's out of bounds, but good yardage on 1st down, just moving the pocket. Sims shows some decent mobility for a guy his size.
Well, that's the thing. He's not a stiff back there. I mean, he's an athlete. You know, he may not run a 4.5 40, but he's got escapability and elusiveness to him and athleticism. And the passing game's trying to set up the running game tonight for Texas. You know, this Nebraska defense is putting 8 in the box and limiting the running opportunities. But Chris Sims has thrown the ball effectively enough where if he keeps loosening Nebraska up, eventually Benson will hit some creases.
In the I formation, Benson with the lean, but only 2 on the carry. Now to the 32, it'll be 2nd and 8. FedEx numbers so far. And there you see the disparity as Texas has not been able to run the football so far.
And Nebraska's not been able to throw it. No surprise there. Neither team balanced yet in terms of productivity. And Texas has got better than the half football field advantage in yards. And as a result, they've got that 3-point lead in the defensive battle.
Benson joined by Will Matthews, a sophomore from Westwood High School in Austin for the first time. He's the up back. 2nd and 8. Short drop this time at the cushion, but
fell down.
BJ fell down. Johnson, the wide receiver, just slipped on the artificial surface here in Lincoln. Now, there is moisture in the air. The humidity at the start of the game, about 70-75%. They're talking about freezing rain. So it could start to get a little moist on the surface.
There on the other side, Roy Williams running his route and saying, I stayed up at my feet, Chris. You should have come to this side. But this field turf, Nebraska is 25-0 on the field turf since they've installed it. And you're right, the humidity, the damp cold. You know, humidity makes it feel hotter when it's hot. It makes it feel colder when it's cold as well. It gets right to your bones.
3rd and 8. They've moved the pocket again for Chris Sims. Rifling on the run. Grab made. And not enough for the 1st down. Tony Jeffrey. So he's short of the 1st down, but it is manageable now for Dusty Mangum. Before it was going to be close to a 50-yarder. It'll be in the neighborhood of about 45 yards on the field goal try.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to punt it. You get no advantage if the ball goes in the end zone there. It's kind of long to go for it, 4th and 4. But now you got to make Mangum's got to make sure that he gets elevation, proper elevation, because if you drive this ball, if you hit it with the 3-iron, not your 9-iron, it's blockable by Nebraska. He's got to get the ball up.
Texas trying to extend the lead to 6. Mangum, did he hook it?
Too much.
Just outside the upright. So a missed 45-yard field goal attempt by Dusty Mangum. Here's the draw of mine off the first tee. Had that little bit of a hook.
Yeah, really.
It barely moved. It started right at the post and then slipped outside.
Sure did. A little draw like that will get you extra yards off the tee, though, my friend. You know?
Well, Dave, we were just talking about our Dr. Pepper trivia, the last team besides. And now Nebraska's taken 73 of the last 74. You talked about the national championship season for Don James of the Washington Huskies.
Steve Entman, and what a great college defensive lineman he was. Injuries in the NFL in his career with the Colts, ended his career prematurely, but defensive dominator.
Deontay Grigsby, the running back, but it's going to be Lord calling his own number again, efficiently with a 1st down outside to the 40-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, when he gets out on the perimeter, defensive players say, Lord have mercy. Because this guy, man, he is something else when he turns up the football field and squares those shoulder pads up. And he's got Davis available for the pitch, fakes the pitch, and extends the defense. Nice blocking down the football field once again by the wide receivers and hustling offensive linemen. But Clem did a great job down the field. Nebraska's wideouts are the best blocking group in the country.
Lord running the option again. Boy, does he have a lane. Big yardage for Lord. And he spun out of bounds at the 38. It's crazy. You know he's not going to throw it. I mean, he's only hit 51% of his passes over the first 9 games, and he's barely averaged 10 to 12 passes per game. But still, he gets it done.
And really, watch the motion man and watch the blocking that occurs here up front. He's the pitch, the relationship's there, but Lord turns it up. And look at this lane. Are you kidding me? Look at the blocking right here back inside. Look at the blocking down the football field, sustaining. I'll tell you, boy, Lord is, he's got some acceleration. He's got a burst.
Dietrich's best run. And an ankle tackle out of the secondary by Pearson saves a huge gain as he's got it to the 31-yard line. So Darren Dietrich coming off his best game so far this season with 85 yards on 15 carries last week at A&M.
Looks like a low hurdler here. Just get over the low hurdle, and now he busts it to the outside in the ankle tackle. Taken down by Dakari Pearson. And, you know, they both got up and hit each other on the helmet, tapped each other. A lot of respect, mutual respect by both of these football teams and both of these coaching staffs.
Back to the threesome as they set up in that power I.
Where are you going?
Strong side to right side. It'll be Dietrich up the middle. And he is throttled. Falls forward for a yard. Derek Johnson, we haven't called his number, have we?
No.
He's a Butkus Award semifinalist, the weak side linebacker. He's a big playmaker. He comes up with one there, but still it's going to be 3rd and a yard.
And now, you know, if you don't get it on this 3rd and 1, what do you got to think ahead? What do you do on 4th down if you're short, depending on how short you are? But you're hopefully successful here, but you have to think ahead. If you're not, what are you going to do on 4th down?
Davies and Dietrich in the eye. They give it to Davies. He doesn't get it.
Nope.
He is shut down just inside the 29. Shy of where he needed to go, the 28. Camden Thornton did a good job just to hold on.
Now, do you try to go for a long field goal to tie it up? But last time you went for it on 4th down, it was unsuccessful. That's equivalent to a turnover in the short side of the field. And really, Davies tripped over his quarterback, Lord, on the exchange. And the penetration, again, by Texas' defensive line in these short yardage situations is extraordinary. And that's going to be one of the factors going through Frank Solich's mind right now. They've been really doing a job penetrating on short yardage. Do I go for it, or do I go for a long field goal to tie it up?
They've already got a 48-yard field goal. Their only points of the night from Josh Brown. And a timeout is the first used by Nebraska. We remind you, college football Saturday on Fox Sports Net is brought to you by Kia Sarah. One company, countless solutions. By FedEx, Ground, International, Online, or Express. Don't worry, there's a FedEx for that. And by Dr. Pepper. And your local Dr. Pepper bottler.
You know, the one thing that in the last time Frank Solich had to make this decision, he went for it and was short, and his defense rewarded him with a 1-2-3 and out and got the ball right back. So I guess he's going to be thinking about that again. You know, my defense is playing real well. Do I go for it? And if it's not successful, does my defense get it right back to me? This guy is he's enthusiastic about that number one, isn't he?
Somebody pinch him and make sure he is still breathing.
I think he was hypnotized.
Or is he frozen? Is he just frozen solid?
It could be. You're going to have to chip some ice off him.
Well, Jim Knox was close to that situation.
They're going to run the option. Or they're going to run the power eye. They get the power eye. It's going to be an ISO. 2 lead blockers, ISO.
Or will it be a fake and a little naked action from Jamal Lord on the edge? Option all the way. Lord won't get there. Great pursuit.
Boy, Derek Johnson.
Yes. He got him up top.
Yep.
But down low, coming through the big play made by Michael Huff, the strong safety.
Boy, he came in there low, too. And boy, they're going to measure it. They're going to have to bring it in.
And they got a great spot if it's that close, because it looked like he was outside of the 29.
But Huff just did a great job. He made a decision right away. Forget the pitch. I'm going right for the quarterback. And Lord, though, he fell forward pretty well. He's got some size to him. I still think he's short, though, just by a skosh.
He's got it. I want to sell you some land in Florida.
Is he? Is it a credit card short? You know, can you slide a credit card through there? I mean, it's got to be short by a half a yard or a good yard.
So Nebraska fails for the second time tonight on 4th down. It was on their second series of the game. The first time it happened, it was 4th and 1 at the Texas 17.
Roy Huff, the safety, played like Huff, the linebacker. Sam Huff of years past, the way he filled that that lane in the option. When did he make a quick decision and get after Lord? Let's see if Nebraska's defense rises up like they did the last time, or if Texas can go on a sustained drive with some momentum.
So an interesting call, despite the fact that Josh Brown hit a 48-yarder and had enough for 50-plus. They did not go for the 45-yard field goal attempt. 1st and 10 Longhorns. Now can they find some balance? Well, they'll keep it up top, and why not? Roy Williams with his 5th grab of the game. He had 4 for 73 before that catch for a first down.
He had gross and man coverage and just got inside.
Talked about it a few minutes ago. The NFL show later tonight, 11 o'clock. Get your starts on the NFL weekend. It's all presented by the U.S. Postal Service. That's tonight after college football on Fox Sports Net, and then again tomorrow morning. 1st and 10 Texas, their own 43-yard line, leading by 3. The dump off, it's Ivan Williams. Let him slide. He does. Good nifty move for a lot of yards, and then he pancaked Philip Bland. Give me a break.
Ivan the magician, Ivan the monster. Ivan just was huge on that play, and T.J. Hollowell is the guy that missed. He just makes T.J. Hollowell miss on the sideline. He picks up about 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man, that is a pancake. Throw some syrup down there. I mean, that's like Bland's not bland. That's spicy. Ooh, that's hot. He's on his back.
Butter didn't have a chance to melt.
Man.
Benson in the backfield. 1st and 10 at the 40. And again, Sims with Roy Williams, a cushion, that time in front of DeJuan Gross. So Roy Williams pretty much just having it his way. He's already close to 100 yards receiving. That's his 6th grab. But still no balance from the Longhorns.
And Roy Williams' hamstring must feel a lot better because the temperature's the way it is. And when you have a hamstring problem, it's impossible to loosen it under these kind of climate conditions. And look at that. He's almost at 100 yards, 6 catches for 93.
Well, 186 yards for Texas and 163 of those through the air. Now, 2nd and 5 from the 35.
Trying to check at the line of scrimmage. Crowd is intelligent, making noise.
Sims in trouble, and he's down.
Rude.
Yes, Barrett Rude, the middle linebacker, the sophomore who went to high school right here in Lincoln, and he played in every game in the last year as a true freshman.
Well, I played with his dad as well. Man, here comes Rudy Ray. That's what we used to call his old man. And Rudy Ray comes clean, and that's just a breakdown. I mean, he's not even touched.
It's nice we could be here as a part of this reunion for you.
I'm telling you, boy, and both their dads played at Nebraska, and the sons come. I mean, there's a lot of father-son combinations that played here for the Cornhuskers. Tom Rude was Barrett's dad and a great player. #1 pick in the NFL.
3rd and 15. Will Sims have enough time? On the out, just off the hands of Roy Williams. And that was a fastball from Chris Sims. Gross was beaten on the quick out.
And watch the route. Look at the size-speed ratio that Roy Williams has got. Separation, getting in and out of his cuts. Guy's 6'4", 210 pounds. Just a little bit tall because of the velocity on the football from Chris Sims.
Gross waits back at around the 10 with a punt from Bradford into the end zone. And Nebraska will have it when we come back. 1st and 10 at their own 20. 3-point lead for the Longhorns. We'll send it back to Chris Rose as well. And a preview of our Nissan halftime report in just a moment.
We keep it ghetto. Man, it's so awesome hanging out in the hot tub with Derek Fisher. Thanks for having me over, Don.
No problem. I do for you. Maybe you can do for me sometime.
That's right. Hey, why don't you be on my show next week?
You know what? That'd be superb.
Talk, fire mission. What do you got?
I've been sit rep from Alpha Company.
What is it?
Filling CPD, ready to be verified. Verified. #1.
Ever wondered what it's really like to be a soldier? Put yourself in the picture with this free video. You'll see over 200 great jobs in the Army and over 180 in the Army Reserve. You'll also see what skills you learn, how you can earn money for college, plus all the other ways you can keep studying while you're in the Army. You'll even get the chance to see what soldiers do in their free time. Call 1-800-984-ARMY right now, and you'll get this free Army t-shirt and a free video. Put yourself in the picture and see what it's really like to become an Army of One.
When it comes to schedule maintenance of your vehicle, experience matters. And that's why it's important to know Perry Brothers Tire. For over 70 years, Perry Brothers Tire has been providing quality under-car care from trained technicians. Look to them for oil changes, replacement belts and hoses, tire balance and rotation, CV joints, alignments and brakes, just to name a few. And Perry Brothers is also your source for brand name tires, including Goodyear, Michelin, Cooper, and Kelly. Come visit Perry Brothers Tire in Aberdeen, Dunn, and 2 locations in Sanford.
Was honored tonight just a few minutes ago while we were away as Lord takes it to the 28-yard line. But a well-deserved recognition for Ken Fouts, who now I know why he's such a homer, native of Bellevue.
There you go.
Noxie, you're on the sideline.
Tell you what, Joel, a lot of the Nebraska X's coming to this game. Neil Smith, Roger Thomas on hand, and Neil has something to say.
Hey, congratulations, Ken Fouts.
Hey, everybody knows Ken Fouts here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
How about that? And you know what? Well, I'll get to that after this play here, but I got to say something about our man.
Third and a couple at the 28-yard line. Lord looking for the option. Well, not a bad move himself into the secondary, and will he go the distance? Chased down inside the 35 to the 30-yard line. Huff saved the touchdown with the help of Babers.
Well, that's the change of direction that Turner Gill was talking about. A 220-pound guy that can stop on a dime and change direction. Incredible effort by Lord. And once again, Lord have mercy because he's on the edge and he's making people miss. Whoops! Away we go right there. I mean, that's just absolutely froze Lee Jackson. Then it's off to the races before Huff and Babers can corral him.
Horns in the backfield along with Judd Davies. And will somebody else hold it? No. Chasing down the quarterback Jamal Lord is Roderick Wright. And what a start in this half for Roderick Wright. He has been involved in so many plays up front for Texas.
Tackles for loss. And one quick comment on our guy, our good friend Ken Fouts. Here's a guy, Olympic experience, Monday Night Football. I mean, big time. And, you know, he's as humble. I mean, he's just as good a guy as you're going to meet. It never went to his head. And I'll tell you, he's a great example for everybody in the broadcast business, I'll tell you that.
And he stuck with us.
Yeah, no, that's something.
Hard to believe. And what a hit on Lord.
And that's our man, Roderick Wright.
Right again, just shooting the gap on cue. And we remind you, he's just out of high school, out of A-Leaf Hastings in Houston.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he doesn't know yet. Wait till he knows what he's supposed to know. I mean, this guy is a special athlete. And it's called takeoff. And Roderick Wright, he just beat the offensive tackle inside. The right tackle tried to take his set and take away the inside, and Wright just came flying down inside of Billy Waldrop.
So now third, and close to 17. Outside of the 36, Nebraska's got to make it 1 as they use their second. So 1 left for both Texas and Nebraska, with inside of 2 minutes to play in the first half. And it is similar. You brought up a good point when you talked about Kansas State. Kansas State and Texas, 2 good defensive units, and they're outshining the offensive units. Oh, we caught up earlier with Frank Solich, the Cornhuskers head coach.
There's a lot of football to be played yet in terms of the Big 12 contest, and it's going to be one of those years where eventually teams will start to be totally eliminated. But there are many teams in the running right now, and we're one of them. Our players understand that. You know, we've got 4 very tough games yet to play, but we're excited about playing them.
Well, Nebraska had their motto going into the season was start strong, finish stronger. They didn't start as strong as they wanted to, but they're hoping to finish very, very strong, as are all the fans at Memorial Stadium.
This is after tonight.
Yes, 3 games remaining. Kansas State and Colorado to finish it off. You can't assume anything, but you'd have to think that they can knock Kansas off with a couple of battles down the stretch.
Kansas had a tough day today, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Lord now on 3rd and 16 with a screen pass to the receiver. Low floor. Belted pretty good near the 30-yard line, but it'll be a long field goal try coming up for Josh Brown. He'll try to tie it up as Kalen Thornton chased him down from his rush end position.
Kalen Thornton has solidified that defensive line. He had anterior cruciate ligament surgery reconstruction, and now he's just getting back to where he can push off of that leg like he did before the injury, and he's the one that blocked the extra point last week against Kansas State.
Well, he's already got a 48-yarder his longest of the season. It'll be another 48-yard try. Josh Brown tries to tie things up. A little more than a minute to play in the half. Bad snap. It was high.
Yep.
And that'll do it. The holder, Joe Crispin, a backup quarterback, could not bring it down and get it to the proper side. It was high, and it was almost at his chin strap.
Yeah. In cold weather, if you're not in the flow of the game like Crispin's not, your hands are cold, the ball is high, and you have stiff, your fingers are stiff from the cold, and you're just not able to feel the ball as cleanly as you would on a different kind of day. And 3 phases, snap, hold, and kick, all have to be executed. And that time, snap was ineffective, and as was hold.
Now, what can Texas do? 62 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining. And great field position because of the mistake. And they will throw the football.
In the shotgun again. Remember, first time in a bunch of years that they've used the shotgun.
Plenty of time for Sims, and behind his intended target, trying to get it to B.J. Johnson.
There's different philosophies on the shotgun, and one of the reasons you go to the shotgun is for the quarterback to get rid of the football quicker because pressure has been extreme. This time Bland comes on a safety blitz and hits Chris Sims, but Bill Walsh didn't believe in the shotgun. Joe Montana, Steve Young never took a shotgun snap. He didn't like the idea of a quarterback taking his eyes off coverage to watch the football. He wanted his quarterback to look at coverage the whole time, taking his drop, and throw the football with timing.
2nd and 10. Again out of the gun. Pocket holds up well for Sims. And now the dump off. And Williams can't hang on. It'll be a 3rd and 10. Stopping it with 50 seconds remaining in the half.
Ivan Williams struggled on the first reception he had. He bobbled it, and that one he dropped.
So 2 teams that have been extremes. And 187 yards for Texas, 173 of the 187 have come through the air. And for Nebraska, they've got 176 yards with 156 of those 176 on the ground.
Well, put Nebraska's running game with Texas' passing game, you'd have an offensive juggernaut.
Now, can they keep the drive alive on 3rd and 10? The blitz. And almost like a punt. A busted play and a pick for Josh Bullocks. Bullocks across the 45 out to the 46. And now Nebraska with a chance. Bland looked like he might have hit Sims as he was delivering it.
He did. He nailed the quarterback in his throwing motion. Bland came again on the safety blitz. Out of the shotgun once again. Bland got the hit on Sims after he released it before. While he's transferring his weight during his throwing motion, Bland knocks him backwards. He can't transfer the weight. Therefore, the ball flutters inaccurately, and it's intercepted down the football field by Bullocks.
That may be the easiest pick he has his entire career here in Nebraska. David Horn in the backfield.
Bland should get a big assist on that interception.
From the 46, 1 timeout remaining for each team.
Texas calls a timeout here to make sure they're configured properly.
So 5 of the 6 timeouts used in this 6-3 Titanic. Well, coming up tomorrow night on Fox Sports Net, the WBC Continental America's Light Heavyweight Championship. Montel Griffin defending his title against challenger George Philly Jones. Griffin, the former world WBC Light Heavyweight Champion, the only boxer to beat Roy Jones Jr. That's tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, right here on Fox Sports Net.
Well, that's something that I don't think you can pay me enough to do. Get in the ring and just get hit in the smush all night. I don't think I'd be keen on that.
Well, a lot of people think guys that get down to the trenches are a different breed completely. Although this is a passion for us.
It is. And a passion for these folks. Texas Longhorn football. And of course, Lincoln, Nebraska, Memorial Stadium. The fans, extraordinary. You talk about 12th man, they might be 13th and 14th man.
How about 4 wide receivers for Jamal Lord? Out of the gun. Boy, what a shot. He wants to run the football. It's Josh Davis. Good yardage, and he saves the timeout by getting out of bounds. Inside the 42, so just about 10 yards away from field goal territory again. Forced out by Reed Boyd, the middle linebacker.
Great block by Wilson Thomas, the wide receiver, on the sideline. A pancake, the wide receiver. You know, they set a record. The offensive line set a record last week against Texas A&M with 110 pancakes. A lot of syrup flowing down there, College Station.
Lord throwing, believe it or not, on the slant, and it's taken in. Ross Pilkington, the true freshman out of Fort Collins, Colorado. He was almost sandwiched. It helped him catch the pass. He doesn't have enough for the first down, and that hurts. It does not stop the clock to move the chains.
Got to spike it. Stop the clock.
He does with 13 seconds left.
Well, Pilkington played minor league baseball for a couple of years. He was averaging over 22 yards a catch coming in. And that set the record. He had tied the freshman record with 12 catches coming into tonight's game. That 13th catch gives him a freshman receiving record at the University of Nebraska. He's like a 21-year-old freshman though, with that minor league baseball experience. He's got some guns too, doesn't he? He's been pumping some iron.
Tells you a lot about the passing legacy though.
No
13
question.
catches, and you've got the record.
Yep.
Now Lord throwing and going deep, and a jump ball situation as it's knocked away from the wide receiver. Cedric Griffin defending on the play. He wanted to get it to Ben Cornelson. And a field goal try coming up to look for the equalizer on the final snap of the half.
Griffin thought he had it, never had control. But there's the ball, the ground. The referee says the ground, and he's right. The ground helped him secure the catch. He never had control as he somersaulted backwards. He tried to sell it, got up like, I caught it. No. The ground secured it for you.
Last attempt was botched. Snap is down, and it's blocked. Texas comes through and gets the block.
That's the
Rod Babers on the outside did it.
That's the 8th block kick this year for Texas. Make that 3 field goals, 2 extra points, and 3 punts. Another block kick.
So it's a 3-point lead for Texas at the break. And the Nissan Halftime Report with Chris Rose. Chris?
All right, Joel, thank you very much. Welcome to the Nissan Halftime Report. I'm Chris Rose, working alongside Hall of Famer Kellen Winthrop, the coach Artie Gigantino. And guys, when the day started, 8 unbeaten teams, including Notre Dame, looking to move to 9-0. And they were wearing green at home for the first time since '85, and well, they were turning green. Sick after this INT. Pat Dillingham picked off by Josh Ott. Eagles were up 14-0 at the break. Irish out of balance all day.
Holiday trying to get something going. He was pulled early in the ball game for lack of offense, but 109th total offense in the nation finally caught up with Notre Dame.
First loss in the Willingham era, and the Irish, they were in BC territory 9 times, walk away with only 7 points. That's not going to get it done. NC State 9-0 coming into their game with Georgia Tech, tied at 17 in the 4th. You're going the wrong way. How do you know which way I'm going? That's Gordon Klingsdale taking it in. He had 94 yards on the ground. And Phillip Rivers, just 21 of 41 on the day. He did complete this one. However, it was to Jeremy Myers of Georgia Tech. And the Wolfpack fall for the first time this season. 24-17 is your final. So Shan Gailey gets a big win for the Yellow Jackets. As I said, the day started with 8 unbeaten teams. That number down to 6, and it could be down to 4 by the end of today because Georgia taking on Florida in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, in Virginia Tech, well, they are battling Pittsburgh right now, up just 14-7. Now, guys, on the kickoff show, and in fact, all year, you've been preaching the BCS system will work, things will work its way out, and apparently, you're right so far.
Yeah, throughout the course of the year, you're going to find with teams with injuries and running into their conference schedule, you can't be up every week, and some teams are going to have a loss. And we might see a team playing for the national championship party that's going to have one loss possibly 2 when you look down the road.
And we have to remember this, too. Some of these teams, in fact, the majority of them, are playing 13 games. So the percentages are against you to go undefeated. Plus, teams have better film to prepare for, and you have much more time to prepare for an opponent, and you get out-coached in the middle of the year.
The thing I heard from Tyrone Willingham after their loss today, he said, we are not out of the BCS, and certainly the Fiesta Bowl picture either. Is he right?
He's absolutely right. There's a lot of teams, Iowa and Texas, that are still in it that have one loss.
Yeah, Texas last year had 1 loss. Texas had 1 loss. Nebraska had 1 loss last year, and then they're playing for the national championship on the last week of the season. It fell in their lap.
And especially teams that have to participate in conference championship games like the Southeast Conference and the Big 12. That has a bearing on it.
Well, for Notre Dame, it's Rutgers, it's Navy, then they finish up their regular season at USC. Well, still ahead, Arizona State had dreams of smelling the roses, but they needed smelling salts after what happened in Pullman. We'll sort through the Pac-10 when we return on the Nissan Halftime Report.
Did you know the University of Nebraska is envisioning a cure for cataracts, the #1 cause of blindness in the world? And at our renowned Center for Mass Spectrometry, Nebraska scientists have learned how to pinpoint the effects of disease on a molecular level. We have the experts, we have the tools, we have the vision. That's what you see at a major research university. There's no place like Nebraska.
Without a single word, these songs speak to millions of music lovers around the world. Now, TV Music for You presents Instrumental Classics, featuring 30 of your all-time favorite melodies. Here are songs to rekindle your fondest memories. You'll cherish this treasury of heart-touching favorites. Instrumental Classics, pure musical pleasure on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. Here's how to order. Call toll-free to order Instrumental Classics. 2 CDs, $26.99, 2 cassettes, $21.99, plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
I've got to tell you, a few weeks ago, I saw the White's metal detector ad on TV. In no time at all, my local dealer had me out treasure hunting. I was finding the good stuff my first day. And the best part? You can see what's in the ground before you dig it up.
Your treasure hunting adventure can start right now. Call for your free catalog.
My wife said I needed a healthy hobby. She's proud of the weight I've lost and really proud of this.
Call now.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, FedEx guy.
Let's get to work.
So it can store up to 1,000 addresses. It lets you print labels and find a drop box. It can email you when the package has been delivered and more. FedEx.com is just like having your own FedEx guy.
Hey.
Yeah?
Kind of freaked me out, man.
And what did you do this weekend?
I called this girl, but the line was busy.
Gary? Matt?
I went to Wendy's for lunch. Well, I see their hamburgers on TV, and they look good. I ordered a classic double with cheese. Call me crazy, but I think they made it just for me. Hot, juicy, it tasted great. And when I finished, I felt good. And I liked that feeling.
Bravo.
Sure. Wendy's Classic Double with cheese. And our pickup window's open till midnight or later, so you can eat great even late.
Healthy Choice introduces everything you love about a grilled meal without the grill. New Healthy Choice Mixed Grills. Tender chunks of grilled chicken with seared-in flavor, tangy barbecue dipping sauce, and crisp vegetables. A delicious way to eat healthy. Real food and plenty of it.
Just the way I like it. Grilled.
6 new mixed grills. From Healthy Choice.
Garcia and the Niners. Gannon and the Raiders. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader this week.
Welcome back to the Nissan Halftime Report. Nebraska's 26-game home winning streak in jeopardy. 7th-ranked Texas with a 6-3 lead in this one. More scores and highlights. Washington State and Arizona State both 4-0 in Pac-10 play. Jason Getzer, one of 3 TD tosses. This to Jerome Riley, and who's getting it done all day, Artie?
The arm of Jason Getzer has been outstanding for years for the Cougars. Now he's got 62 career touchdown passes.
That's a school record, passing Ryan Leaf, and he is also the yardage leader as well, passing the throwing Samoan, Jack Thompson, who played there in the 70s. All right, Artie, basically, it's a cakewalk now to the Rose Bowl for the Cougars?
Well, I don't know about a cakewalk, but they're certainly the favorite because they're undefeated in conference play, number one. Their next 2 games are against Oregon and Washington, and both games are in Pullman. If they win both of those games, they sew up the Rose Bowl bid when they play UCLA 2 weeks after that. So they could go play UCLA with nothing riding. They're going to go to the Rose Bowl and probably play Ohio State.
Are you going to go to that game yourself?
I probably will. I'll probably be an invited guest.
By who?
No.
Washington State has a problem right now is that they throw the ball very well. They're playing very solid defense and on special teams. But as Mike Price said after the ball game, we've got to get our running game going. Today, less than 4 yards per carry. And for them to go all the way to the Rose Bowl and maybe even to the Fiesta Bowl, they've got to have a very strong running game, Chris.
Well, just to clarify your point, it's a 1-game lead in the standing, but it's really a 2-game lead because they have the tiebreak over both USC and Arizona State. Hey, guys, you thought Chris Sims was skinny before this game started? Check this out. He's still thrown for $1.73, but he's paying for it. We got more scores and highlights when the Nissan Halftime Report continues.
I work at the new HP, which makes me pretty popular around back-to-school time. I'd get them the compact Presario 6000 TPC, Bob. Yeah, it's got an Intel Pentium 4 processor. That's for quicker access to the net. Your kids will be done with homework before dinner. We put the USB ports right in front for after-school activities. It's great for college. We built in a networking card so students are wired to campus, to classes, to professors. Architecture school? Music major, huh? How's this? Killer audio! Hey, this PC can wire your kids for learning, too. And it's affordable. But don't call here. Call HP.
The compact Presario 6000 TPC with Intel Pentium 4 processor and HP color printer. Only $749 when you buy direct. Just call 1-888-921-6720 or go online.
You know, most men get pretty shook up about losing their hair. But today, many of them are learning about Bosley Medical. They use your own living hair to fill in the thin spots. Just look at that. It really works. You can treat it like real hair because it is real hair. Your own naturally growing hair. So you don't have to worry about it.
Bosley Medical is the world's most experienced hair restoration practice. For over 25 years, they have performed more than 130,000 procedures using the innovative micrografting techniques pioneered by founder Dr. L. Lee Bosley.
Each surgeon at Bosley Medical is board certified and individually trained by me.
So if you want to have your own naturally growing hair back, call this number for more information. We'll send you this free video and in-depth guidebook that gives you the real facts about hair restoration. There's no cost and absolutely no obligation. So do it for yourself. Call now and get the real results you've been looking for.
It's your real hair.
You can't do better than real.
The Bargain Network, the place to find real bargains. Call 1-800-370-2070. Buy cars from bank and government seizures. This car sold $500. IRS, DEA, FBI, repos, impounds, and more. Call 1-800-370-2070. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties are selling for as low as $199 per month. VA, FHA, HUD repos, and more. For current auction listings, call now. 1-800-370-2070. Call toll-free.
The NFL Show, a 90-minute party sure to make your head spin. It's football with a little Fox flavor.
When the goose talks, people should listen.
3 game shows will never be the same. The NFL Show on Fox Sports Net.
Here's to individuals like Dr. Pepper, the original, and Louis and Ella, rhyming and scatting.
2 Black Eyed Peas rapping, let's make it happen.
Dr. Pepper, it's a taste of originality, salute to individuality.
Bring out your personality.
Do what you do, do it right.
Dr. Pepper ain't nothing better.
I am fast. So fast. I can make this car do anything, anywhere, on any track. A big screaming oval.
Or a super tight city street.
It doesn't matter. A faster right here.
Or late break.
Right there.
In the cold and wet.
The hot and dry. Doesn't matter. My team, my car.
Mine.
My reflex.
They're all faster. 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 Faster.
Faster. You know it.
And I know it.
That's all that matters.
Welcome back to the Nissan Halftime Report. Texas was the last opponent to win in Lincoln. They're halfway home to breaking the Cornhuskers' 26-game home winning streak. So here's the result of our FoxSports.com poll. How many teams will be undefeated when the BCS selects the Fiesta Bowl championship game? You say 3 right now. There's 6 as we speak. Still ahead, this Marshal had a hit in his giddy-up. What in the world was Byron Leftwich doing playing in this game when he could barely walk? We'll try to answer that question and more when the Nissan Halftime Report continues.
I told you this thing was awesome. The world's first 60-inch plasma HD TV from Zenith. An epic experience just 4 inches deep. From the high-definition authority, Zenith.
Healthy Choice introduces everything you love about a grilled meal without the grill. New Healthy Choice mixed grills. Tender chunks of grilled chicken with seared-in flavor, tangy barbecue dipping sauce, and crisp vegetables. A delicious way to eat healthy. Real food and plenty of it.
Just the way I like it. Grilled.
6 new mixed grills from Healthy Choice. Without a single word, these songs speak to millions of music lovers around the world. Now, TV Music for You presents Instrumental Classics, featuring 30 of your all-time favorite melodies. Here are songs to rekindle your fondest memories. You'll cherish this treasury of heart-touching favorites. Instrumental Classics, pure musical pleasure on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. Here's how to order. Call toll-free to order Instrumental Classics. 2 CDs, $26.99, 2 cassettes, $21.99, plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
I work at the new HP, which makes me pretty popular around back-to-school time. I'd get them the compact Presario 6000 TPC, Bob. Yeah, it's got an Intel Pentium 4 processor. That's for quicker access to the net. Your kids will be done with homework before dinner. We put the USB ports right in front for after-school activities. Uh-huh. It's great for college. We built in a networking card so students are wired to campus, to classes, to professors. Architecture school? Music major, huh? How's this? Killer audio! Hey, this PC can wire your kids for learning, too. And it's affordable. But don't call here. Call HP.
The compact Presario 6000 TPC with Intel Pentium 4 processor and HP color printer. Only $749 when you buy direct. Just call 1-888-921-6720 or go online.
Welcome back to the Nissan Halftime Report, where 3 of the top Heisman contenders, at least in our eyes, lost today, including Marshall's Byron Leftwich. He injured his shin. He had x-rays. They were negative. He came back, but it wasn't enough today. Now, is he still your Heisman pick? Did he hurt himself?
Well, I think he still is my Heisman pick because he's still putting up big numbers already. And today he played with a lot of guts, and that shows the voters that he's a team leader.
I'll tell you a guy who played with guts is Jason Gesser from Washington State. And let's not forget about Carson Palmer, who did not play today.
Carson Palmer?
Starting to get some play from some people. I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm
just because you coached at USC does not mean you have to mention Carson Palmer's name. I'm sorry.
He's playing good.
Carson Palmer didn't play today.
That name never came up.
It's not a big deal. Hey, we still have 30 minutes left out in Lincoln. Jamal Lord, he's run for 119 yards, but the Cornhuskers have just 3 points. See if they can add to that total. It's back out to Joel, Dave, and Jim. You've been watching the Nissan Halftime Report.
To Nancy in the middle. She swings. She got it down. Regional champions.
And good execution by Oklahoma.
The Texas Longhorns are national champions.
And the winner is Eric Crouch, University of Nebraska.
The first man in the history of athletic competition to go undefeated. Never a loss.
Rugged, tough. The Rhino is built to take grueling off-road abuse, and so can Rhino Lining's Tough Stuff truck bed liners. If you work your truck hard, then you need a Rhino Lining sprayed-on polyurethane lining to protect your truck bed. Rhino Linings is the world's leading sprayed-on liner company. Their Tough Stuff liner, sprayed on up to a 1/4 inch thick, is virtually indestructible polyurethane. And unlike plastic liners, which don't stop truck bed rust, a Rhino Lining protects your investment permanently. A Rhino Lining only takes a few hours to apply, and it's warranted by your dealer for as long as you own your truck. So if you want to protect your truck's value, get a Rhino Liner. Call or log on right now. We'll send you a free brochure, a sample of Tough Stuff, and give you the name of the Rhino Lining's dealer nearest you. Call now.
Talk, fire mission. What do you got? I have a sit rep from Alpha Company. What is? PPD, ready to be verified. Verified. Number 1,
Ever wondered what it's really like to be a soldier? Put yourself in the picture with this free video. You'll see over 200 great jobs in the Army and over 180 in the Army Reserve. You'll also see what skills you learn, how you can earn money for college, plus all the other ways you can keep studying while you're in the Army. You'll even get the chance to see what soldiers do in their free time. Call 1-800-984-ARMY right now, and you'll get this free Army t-shirt and your free video. Put yourself in the picture and see what it's really like to become an Army of One.
Totally NASCAR is the only place to fuel your racing addiction 5 nights a week.
This is Fox Sports Net.
Your destination for all that is NASCAR. Totally NASCAR weeknights.
Welcome back once again to Lincoln, Nebraska. Halftime continues on Fox Sports Net. Texas up by a field goal. Joel Myersland with Dave Lattman, Jim Knox. And Dave, it's been a case of missed opportunities for both teams, and especially Nebraska.
Oh, there's no doubt, Joel. They've had good field position in Texas territory. 4th down opportunities. Texas penetration, no go from Nebraska. Same thing. Penetration, played the option responsibilities perfectly. Then high snap, botched field goal opportunity right there. And then blocked field goal. Babers blocks it the last play of the half. Tell you, boy, it's, big mistakes in the kicking game are critical in a defensive battle like this one.
Jim Knox, what's the latest on the sideline?
All right, Joe, real quick, talked to both coaches. Matt Brown told me he's pleased the way things are going right now. He took a little bit of the crowd out of this, also tamed that Nebraska rush. As far as Frank Solich said, just like you guys, missed opportunities. They look to get it back here in the second half. Also said this, he's concerned about Texas's hard rush. He has a couple plays up his sleeve, and we'll look for that here in the second half as well.
All right, Knoxie, 4 yards into the end zone. Josh Davis gets it out across the 20. Just barely to the 21-yard line. Well, extremes offensively when you break down the numbers.
No doubt. One team's throwing it well and can't run it, and vice versa the other way. And, you know, it's pretty even-Steven battle. Other than that, look at the third downs. Neither team can muster anything on third down. Time of possession just about equal. The mistakes that Nebraska had in the kicking game, bad snap and blocked field goal, the difference in this football game, that's why Texas is up 3 right now. They converted their opportunity.
It'll be Lord keeping it on the option, and with good reason. He has been their best threat all night long running the football. He's got it across the 36 to the 37 and a first down.
He had 119 yards rushing in the first half, Joel. Over 9 yards of pop, and he's adding to it right here. Quick decision, getting up the football field, midline option right there, and Dakari Pearson has to drag him down from behind.
You know what they're going to do. Now try to stop him. David Horn, nifty move to cut it back inside before he's belted by Reed Boyd, the middle linebacker. Well, Horn was considered by most services to be one of the top 5 running backs in the nation last year. He's got better than 400 yards over the last 4 games. So just starting to pick up the pace.
Yeah, he was very quiet in the first half, Joel. He had 2 yards, averaged 2 yards a carry, 6 yards on 3 rushes. And trying to get him involved more here early in the second half.
He gets more than 7-8 on first down. And he gets a rare pitch. Won't turn the corner, though. Indecision really cost him. So he's shut down by Michael Huff. And Michael Huff has come up with some spectacular plays tonight.
Well, this guy's a freshman, and he's a heck of a freshman. He's played some cornerback this year when they had injuries at cornerback. Watch him right here. He's going to blitz. Now he says, I got the option. He feathers it and releases from the quarterback and takes the pitch man. That is I mean, he was a one-man defensive stopper right there. Huff was extraordinary. He really, Lord couldn't decide what to do with Huff, and Huff made him make a bad decision.
Horn stays in the backfield as the single behind Jamal Lord. And Lord gets a nice push. Easy first down into the secondary. There he goes. Will they make it? Just out of bounds inside the 5 at the 3. First and goal, Nebraska.
Nice hustle by Babers. Touchdown saving tackle. See if it's big or not. If Nebraska doesn't score, it's huge. If they do pump it in the end zone, it's not as big. But Babers showing the speed. But Lord has been incredible. And he's got that burst, that acceleration. Down the sideline he goes. And Babers tracks him down inside the 5-yard line.
You could see at the point of attack, though, there was a real nice push on that right side of the offensive line.
Yeah, and Johnson overran it. They got a piece of Johnson, and Derek Johnson overran it, could not get himself under control.
Shut down, David Horn inside the 2. It'll be second and goal right about the 2-yard line. Let's see if they go back to the big back before it's all over on this sequence. Darren Dietrich.
Again, did Babers make a 4-point tackle by saving the touchdown? Or is it going to be a moot point? See what Texas does on the defensive stand, see what Nebraska does in the goal-to-go situation.
Bring the extra one in. Krewald to join Davies and Horn. It'll be Horn making a miss in the backfield, but he can't get to the goal line. There was great penetration up front. Right at the point of the handoff. Johnson and Wright combining for the hit, and it's going to be third and goal. How tough has it been?
Oh, Texas has been incredible on 3rd and 4th and short. They had 2 4th down stops. They've been tough on 3rd down. Nebraska was 1 for 9. Here it is 3rd down again, the biggest 3rd down of the game because it's from the 2-yard line.
It is ironic, though, they've taken the ball out of the hands of their best rusher on the first 2 snaps in first and goal situations. Now, 3rd and goal. Will Lord keep it? He'll throw it. Touchdown, Nebraska. He went for the tight end, John Bowling.
Great call. Little play action. Get the ball to the tight end. Tremendous call.
Nebraska regains the lead. They had it early. 4+ minutes into the game, they were up 3-0 on a 48-yard field goal by Josh Brown. He'll try to make it a 4-point advantage and bends it in just barely for a 10-6 lead. Impressive way to start the second half for the Cornhuskers. 79 yards out of the gate on the drive, and the final 2 on a pass to the tight end, John Bowling.
One company brings new value to the way we communicate. With smartphone technology that adds color to the wireless world. Fiber optic components that drive broadband internet service. And copiers that scan direct to email for instant communication around the globe. One company does all these things and more to bring new value to our world. Kyocera.
Buddy Holly sang to Peggy Sue, and his legend grew just like Dr. Pepper. Originality lives forever. Let's raise a Dr. Pepper. A taste of originality. Salutes individuality and gives life a personality. Do what you do. Be you. Nothing's better. Dr. Pepper.
America trusts America Online.
I know I can trust AOL.
You've got mail.
The parental controls give me a great sense of security. AOL has everything I want all in one place.
And you can trust AOL for all your health information. Just go to AOL keyword WebMD.
WebMD is the health site that I trust the most.
Take a health risk quiz. Download questions to ask your doctor. Register for a newsletter. The people at AOL help me do everything. I love my AOL. America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE today.
It didn't even take 3 minutes out of the locker room for Nebraska to finally get in the end zone. First touchdown of the game. Lord finding John Bowling, but the big play, the run by Jamal Lord. And overall, the way he dominated the drive.
And that's what Turner Gill's talking to Lord about right now, saying, man, that was tremendous execution. Keep it going.
Brown, a high short one. It'll be taken by Ivan Williams. That's being kind to say it's being taken by Ivan Williams. He barely got to it at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, it took him. And here's the play you're talking about, the option. Lord turns it up, and then it's off to the races. Missed tackle. And Babers hustles and pulls Lord down at the 3-yard line. And then great call, little play action fake, and Bowling's wide open. He's bowling for dollars in the corner of the end zone back there. And there's Huff. Huff and Johnson, they're thinking option. And he vacates the area. They throw the football to the area Huff vacated in coverage. So they guessed option, guessed wrong, and the play action was a great call.
Now Sims and the Longhorns down by 4. Flag down to the play and a dead ball foul. Ball start coming up against Texas.
Yep. Crowd noise. Crowd's into it now. Nebraska has the lead.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense.
Let's see if they go right back. And Fabian Washington, the true freshman, is starting in the corner, trying to keep up with B.J. Johnson or Roy Williams, the two starting wide receivers.
Yeah, Roy Williams is the guy that ate him alive in the first half. Roy Williams, 6 catches for 92 yards. You got to see how they've adjusted to eliminate Roy Williams. Roy Williams is down here on Gross. Up at the top is the matchup you're talking about. B.J. working against Fabian Washington.
Sims in the first half, 14 of 27 for 173 yards. He had one picked off, and the delay doesn't fool the Huskers. Darren Rue, the middle linebacker, he had penetrated efficiently anyway, and it's another loss. So now it's going to be second and longer.
Well, that time Nebraska blitzed. It's first and 15, and it was a safe blitz, whether Texas threw the ball or ran the ball. Watch the blitz. Watch the blitzing action here. And they're taking their gap responsibilities to prevent the run, and they're also got rush lanes to pressure the quarterback. Great call on first and long.
Second and 17. Sims not out of the gun. Looking to Roy Williams. They forgot about Williams, and he might have a first down. He's out of bounds right at the marker at the 31. Boy, not only did he have a cushion in the corner, but for some reason, the defensive back looked like he was looking for a slant, bit inside.
Yeah, he did. He got frozen, and Roy Williams is a size-speed ratio nightmare. 6'4", 210 pounds that can run like he can run, and he's got a size 15 shoe. This guy's got a hoof on him, and he can pick him up and put him down. I mean, that's incredible. Look at the hoof on that guy. I mean, that's covering some real estate. When he gets striding with that 15 shoe.
So you can hear him coming.
Yeah, it's like
Noxie while they get the measurement.
All right, Joe, I talked to Roy Williams before the game. Guys, you may recall he strained that hamstring against Houston a few weeks ago. Hasn't been healthy, but he said this is his best health he's been in since straining that hamstring against the Houston Cougars a few weeks ago. So Roy Williams just about 100%.
No question about it, Noxie, because when you factor in the weather, I mean, the fact that he can keep that hamstring loose in temperature in the 30s like it is, I think speaks volumes to the health of that hamstring. So that's a great point.
They have the first down. So they convert on 2nd and 17. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 31. Should be a free down, but no flag. And Sims in trouble. Dumps it. Williams has it. Makes a miss. Big first down.
Oh, wow.
Barely stepped out of bounds.
No, he stayed in.
Well, he was out. But
they didn't mark it.
They didn't mark it at all, but he was out of bounds. His foot definitely went out of bounds. Maybe it didn't touch down, but we're on that sideline. He's got it to the 20-yard line. This will be an interesting look.
Yeah, I think he was tiptoeing that sideline, but there was an official right there looking down the sideline. And look at the strength, the arm strength of Sims getting hit, falling backwards. Williams cuts back inside, makes rude miss. Babers, Gross, he stays in bounds, and he's in bounds, tight rope in that sideline, and Williams is down the sideline. Tremendous effort by Williams.
Just in then. It looked like the edge of the foot might have hit the chalk. Texas is not complaining, and they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 21. 4-point lead for Nebraska, showing the blitz. It's a run blitz. Benson, wow, taking Rude for a ride.
Wow.
Was that a Rude ride?
I like it. I like it. You know what you got to do after that? You put a token in for that ride. You can't take a free ride. You got to pay with a token. And now they talked about big plays in the passing game. And Sims, under pressure, makes him pay. And it was just an incredible effort by Ivan Williams. Keys to the run blitz we talked about earlier. You got to stay in your path, your gap control responsibility, penetrate the line of scrimmage, and disrupt. Make Benson make his first cut in the backfield.
He got about 4. Now the fade into the corner. Williams jump ball, touchdown Texas.
Gee, on Gross.
You said it. A beautiful pass from Chris Sims, where only Roy Williams could get to it. A little bit too high for DeJuan Gross.
Well, you talked about answering. I mean, Nebraska scores in 7 plays to take the lead, and Texas comes right back down the football field with big plays. Sims to Ivan Williams, Roy Williams. It was a Williams drive with Sims in there a little bit, sprinkled for good measure. Boy, he gets both feet down. He had not only one, he had control of the football, both feet down on Gross, and blue fade. Boy, Williams is a weapon in the fade.
Bang him for the point after, and don't talk about that card going for 2 because you still have that Bengals card with you. So it's a 13-10 lead. We didn't see a touchdown in the entire first 30 minutes. Now they're coming in bunches.
There's this guy. Oh, it's in my face. Shouting at me. Just pushes me. But I love him. He's my coach. My coach.
Be a coach. Be a fan. Special Olympics.
There this
guy. Without a single word, these songs speak to millions of music lovers around the world. Now, TV Music for You presents Instrumental Classics, featuring 30 of your all-time favorite melodies. Here are songs to rekindle your fondest memories. You'll cherish this treasury of heart-touching favorites. Instrumental Classics, pure musical pleasure on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes. Here's how to order. Call toll-free to order Instrumental Classics. 2 CDs, $26.99, 2 cassettes, $21.99, plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
1993. Bill Clinton signs a tax on your Social Security benefits. Erskine Bowles, he supported it. Then, as one of Clinton's top advisors on Social Security, Erskine Bowles supported market-based options, risking your Social Security in the stock market. Imagine that. Bowles favored putting your Social Security in the stock market. But now he falsely attacks Mrs. Dole on Social Security. Erskine Bowles, saying one thing, doing another. Log on, learn more.
1 out of every 3 seniors will have a serious fall this year. When you fall, your chances of reaching a phone are very unlikely. Don't risk injury, ending up in a nursing facility, losing your home and independence. Life Alert can help. Push this pendant, and Life Alert Security Center will summon the help you need, fast.
Call toll-free 1-800-451-5200 to get your free information about Life Alert. Call now, 1-800-451-5200.
Kickler.
Exactly. He went after him hard, get the helmet across the bow, took him right down. The son of tough Tony Davis. Josh Davis, who was amongst the national leaders last year in kickoff returns, finds a seam. Look at that cavity. Man, and Davis says, I'm going to take advantage of that. And you know, there was a missed tackle by Texas along the way by Richmond McGee, the kicker, and you'd expect that. And locking up, you know, hands outside the framework of the body, you can get away with those from time to time.
Taylor reversing his field on first down. Nothing there. Great pursuit by Johnson. Derek Johnson, who we've not talked about much because they've been maybe going away from him, but he has not been in the middle of things tonight. Comes through there, and that's great pursuit.
Yeah, it is, and he can really run. And I think what Derek Johnson's done a few times, Joel, is overrun it. You know, he goes to try to get to the point of attack with reckless abandon. Sometimes he can't break down well enough and kind of runs by it.
Gain of only a yard, but it looked like Taylor was going to pick up something. And now the belt by the linebacker, Reed. Boy, you feel those. Those are body blows. They wear on you.
Yeah, and Lord's durable. I mean, Lord took a bunch of hits last week against Texas A&M by carrying the ball 30 times in one football game. That was a record for the quarterback position at Nebraska.
So now does he throw on 3rd and 8? I don't think so.
I run the option. Spread him out, run that option.
He's got Dietrich behind him. Wilkinson and Thomas tight to the bottom of the screen. And he's going to throw the football. At least he might. And going deep. Not close to his intended target. Trying to get it to Wilson Thomas, who leads the team in catches with 23. And Corey Redding finding the Lord to put him on his wallet.
Yeah, and Corey Redding has done this with regularity. And he just gets the edge and gets the hit as Lord's releasing the football. Wilson Thomas plays on the Nebraska basketball team as well. He averaged 4.5 points a game and almost 4 rebounds a game last season. He's 6'6" wideout. That's who Lord was trying to go to, but couldn't get it done.
Larson kicks to Nathan Vasher and sends out a beautiful punt. Now, can they get it inside of the 10? Yes. He'll help with a nice hop. It'll die inside the 5.
Wow. Excellent.
Those hidden yards you were just talking about in special teams. Boy, do they pay off. And now, ball security of the utmost for Texas back at their own 3, leading by 3. College Football Saturday presented by Kia Sarah comes back to Fox Sports Net next Saturday with a Pac-10 matchup. It's going to be Cal, 16th ranked Arizona State. Our coverage will start the College Football Saturday kickoff show at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net. Now, this is where you need to run the football, but Texas has been able to throw it. They have not been able to run it. Chris Sims, 17 of 30 for 254 yards and now a touchdown. Will they gamble and throw from their own end zone? Gross is matching up with Williams. No. Good cutback move by Cedric Benson, and into the secondary, his best run by far. Before that, he was only 12 for 32.
And you find out about your offensive line going into the end zone when you're 1st and goal and coming out of your own end zone when you're backed up. It's power football. And look at Dockery get things done and finish. And look at Benson run through tacklers and get yards after first contact. 60% of his yards this season are after first contact. And significant contact made by Bullocks, but Benson ran right through it.
He shot him easily. And now it's a first down in the game of 17 yards. The longest run of the night for the Longhorns. So what do? Throw it on first down. And Roy Williams has it underneath against DeJuan Gross for a short gain of 5. Now that is the 18th completion by Chris Sims. It's interesting because he throws a serious fastball. He's had about 4 or 5 drops easy tonight. That's got to be tough in this weather.
Yeah, Chris, and here's the offensive coordinator, Greg Davis, that's doing a good job of mixture, a nice little mixture of the run and the pass, particularly on first down. we'll talk about Chris Sims maybe putting a little more air under it and other things here after this play.
2nd and 5 after the pass to Williams. Benson waiting for a hole that really doesn't develop. He just plugged it for a couple. Up to the 27 and now 3rd and 3.
When the temperature's in the 30s, your quarterback has to help sometimes as a receiver take something off that fastball, throw a slight change, and put a little air under it so you have more of an opportunity to make the catch. A couple of the drops that occurred, Cedric Benson can recall down the sideline. Too much of a frozen rope. Very little margin for error there. Put a little more air under it and take a little speed off.
Big 3rd down, field position-wise. Nebraska stops him here. They get great field position. Sims only needs 3. Williams, great low grab. Boy, did he adjust to that pass?
Yes, he did.
Wow, that's a big-time play.
Chris, in talking to Benson, you see Sims talking to Cedric Benson about blitz pickup. And, you know, maybe Cedric went the wrong way and somebody came clean and got the hit on Chris Sims, but he's still. The thing about Chris Sims that's most impressive to me, he holds that ball to the last second and still throws that 95-mile-an-hour fastball while he's being hit. He has got a big league arm, there's no doubt.
Roy Williams came into the game with 25 catches. It's not been a dominating year for him. It has been a dominating game with 10 so far tonight. 1st and 10 for the 34. Sims with time. And that low and away fastball to Roy Williams, who says, hey, he tied me up a little bit. But Roy Williams on that previous snap, he was inside and then turn around to get it outside.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Joel, he made the low catch and the hit that Sims took as he's throwing the football. I mean, he gets crushed just after release it in knee level. Roy Williams just plucks that thing, and it's traveling now. It's got some RPMs. He just plucks it like it's stationary.
2nd and 10 situation. Cedric Benson, the only one in the backfield behind Chris Sims. And on the night, only 36 yards rushing for Texas. The blitz pickup. Now Sims has a lot of territory. He'll get the first down, sliding down, and boy, he did not get a good spot at all. He got a spot across the 43, and he started his dive right at the 44 near the 45. He doesn't have the first down. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
As you described, though, Joel, the blitz pickup by Cedric Benson gave Chris Sims an opportunity in a lane to run the ball. Watch Benson. Boom! I mean, stuff him and knock him backwards, and then the Red Sea parted for Chris Sims. But Benson showing that, hey, I not only can run it and catch it, I can block a little bit, too. Excellent hit.
They brought the strong side backer. He stood up Ira Cooper, a sophomore for Omaha. And now Sims gets the first down on his own. Good idea. He's 6'5".
Yep.
Big kid.
Fall forward, and there was a critical play against Iowa State where he went airborne, and he was simultaneously hit by linebackers from Iowa State. It was like 4th and an inch, and it was very, very pivotal play, and they spotted it where he just got it by an inch, and Chris Sims says, like you, Joel, I'm 6'5". I know I can get an inch when I go airborne.
Now, this is huge because it starts at your own 3.
Right.
You go the length of the field and put Nebraska down by 10. They're desperate. They're not a come-from-behind team, even though they came back. That deficit was 17 points against Texas A&M. They did do it, and they did it on the road, but normally that's not their strong suit, let's face it. Time out of the field, 5:53 to play in the 3rd quarter. Drive still alive, a 1st and 10 for Sims and the Horns when we come back.
Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme is so delicious with its 2 slices of mozzarella and Parmesan sauce on our whole breast filet. It's taking people to a higher level. Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme, it's better here.
Does RoboCat cough up Robo hairballs? It's metal, but that's not the point. The chips that power RoboCat are only manufactured in Palo Alto, but the assembly plant is in Tokyo. If my girlfriend gets RoboCat, would it be jealous of me? Of you? Yeah. No. Now focus. They ship the chips with FedEx International Services. Get time-definite, reliable service in Tokyo. RoboCat's the biggest thing that hit Japan since Godzilla. Did I get it? Yeah, you're fine.
Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme is so delicious with its 2 slices of mozzarella and Parmesan sauce on our whole breast filet. It's taking people to a higher level. Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme, it's better here.
Garcia and the Niners. Gannon and the Raiders. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader this week.
Hey guys, let's not forget, man, this is the NFL show. And the NFL's hardcore, so we must stay hardcore.
That's right.
You know, Tom, you've been out here the longest. You got to make sure that, you know, me and Michael don't get caught up in that Hollywood stuff, you know?
You can count on me. If you guys fall off the wayside, just let me know, man.
Mike, I think I'm going to get the either the polish or the clear. No, just get a nice buff.
Hey, guys, how about a bikini wax next?
Ooh. The NFL Show with Irvin, Syracuse, and Davidson. Saturday nights and Sunday mornings.
College Football Saturday presented by Kia Sarah welcomes you back once again to Memorial Stadium, the largest crowd ever in this ballpark. The 253rd consecutive sellout and a 26-game winning streak on the line, the longest in the nation. As Texas rolling right along with a 3-point lead. Good job, Chris Sims. Ivan Williams on the dump-off. And in the first half, Dave Lapham, we talked about not looking off your primary early in a game. Chris Sims feeling very comfortable now after the primary is not there.
Yeah, he checked down very well to his back out of the backfield. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with picking up 5 and having 2nd and 5. You're on schedule. And his primary guy, Roy Williams, came up with his 8th 100-yard receiving game of his career already in this football game, and only the 2nd this season because of that hamstring injury.
He gets 5. That's great on first down. Now, convincing action. I don't think so. He's met by Kabongo. I got a feeling somebody's going to come up with something cute with this kid. Patrick Kabongo, it's got to rhyme. It's got to work, especially after hits like that.
I'll tell you what, that is one massive man. There's Craig Bowl, much maligned, under fire. But boy, his defense is stepping up tonight. I mean, his whole game plan was don't let Benson get established, make Texas one-dimensional. If they can go 2 ways, we're in trouble. Make him throw the football to win it, and it has gone according to his game plan totally. Chris Sims is making plays, though.
Now 271 yards in plays, but only 45 yards rushing. So you're right, it's been one-dimensional. Now, huge 3rd and 7 for the Husker defense, trailing by 3. And a pocket is there for Sims. Now can Brett Robin get to the marker? Yes! Breaking a tackle inside the 40. Just coming out of the backfield to the 37, getting away from DeMario Williams, a weak side backer, who was responsible for the back of the flat.
And DeMario Williams, junior college transfer, best blitzer. He's only 6'1", 215 pounds. He's built more like a safety, and just ran right through him. It wasn't even much of a challenge for Brett Robbins. He ran right through Williams, who's not the biggest linebacker in the world for sure. Excellent run after catch.
Drive started back at the Texas 3. It's a 1st and 10 at the Nebraska 37. Nebraska jump. 3 down. Benson will make the most of it. And he's got another 1st down, I believe. It was a 3 down.
Yeah. I think it was the big man. I think Kabongo jumped offside. When Kabongo moves, you don't miss him.
They'll decline the offside.
Yeah, take the yards because it's 1st and 10. And what you have to, Nebraska has to quit guessing. The defensive lineman. Don't listen to the quarterback.
Defense. Penalty decline. First down.
Don't listen to the quarterback. Watch the football. When the ball moves, you move. And look at this block up front. Bingham is just taken out and sustaining the block. Nice job up front by Texas. John, the center for Texas, Jason Glenn, did a nice job of sustaining contact and finishing the block.
1st down, Longhorns. They have had the ball for a half hour now. They're in the I formation. Benson stripping and shedding tackles. He got away for the first man, Bland, but Gross finally put him down after a gain of about 3. If he gets by Gross, he's in the end zone.
No question about it. And I'll tell you, this is keep away. I mean, Texas, as you said, started at the 3-yard line. They're just playing keep away.
Yeah, I'm making the popcorn. What are you doing later tonight? 11 o'clock. You want to watch the NFL show with me?
Let's do it. A little butter on the popcorn.
I promise. I'll pay. The guys are there. They're ready to go. It's all presented by the U.S. Postal Service tonight after college football. The first start of the NFL weekend. Now 2nd and 7.
Blitz action.
You said it. The blitz is there, and the blitz of Barrett Ruud pays off. I think they covered every gap available.
Yep. And they said, you know what, there's not enough time on the play clock for you to check. And the crowd noise, the problem that Texas has, one of the things when you come on the road and it's a loud crowd, you have to call it and run it. Because of the crowd noise, it's hard to communicate checks and audibles. So Texas gets at the line of scrimmage with the play called, and Nebraska changes their defense late. Texas really can't do much about it, and they sometimes are running into a bad play.
His drive has taken better than 6 minutes off the clock. We talk about shortening the game. Now, Robin the only one in the backfield. He'll pick up the blitz. Sims over the middle, complete for a 1st and goal. B.J. Johnson.
What a throw.
That was a rope.
Whew. Man, that was a dart, wasn't it? B.J. Johnson, the healthiest of the wide receivers. He came up big against Kansas State for over 100 yards in receptions and ran the little inside route. And boy, I'll tell you what, Chris Sims put that thing on the money. 1st and goal.
He's over 300 yards passing now. You know what I like? Even with the heat coming, and he knew he was going to take a shot, he led Johnson perfectly.
He's tough. I mean, you know, there's no doubt his teammates respect his toughness, both mentally and physically.
High formation, 1st and goal from the 8. It'll be Benson. Will Davies in there as the blocking fullback, but not much. I don't think they even got a yard. But Kevin Smith, good-looking redshirt freshman, made the stop. The underneath tackle out of Macon, Georgia. And now, hurry up for the first time. Umpire wasn't ready. Chris Sims puts it on the ground. You know what? First of all, the umpire with the flag down in the play, he's got to respond a little bit better than that.
Right.
They wanted to go. All of a sudden, they're hustling. The umpire is still not in position.
Chris Sims dislocated his ring finger again. Chris Sims dislocated the ring finger on that throwing hand. It's happened to him more than once. And they just reduced it and put it back in. He's going to go right back in the game. On that bad snap, it must have stoved his finger. And more than once this year, that ring finger has dislocated on the throwing hand. You talk about a tough guy. He goes over there, the trainer pops it back into place, and here he is in the huddle like nothing happened. That's a tough dude.
We saw the pain on his face. Jim Knox.
And here what happened was Chris just came screaming off to the field, popped his finger, just as Dave saw and you guys saw, and let out a big groan, hollered. Everything looks to be all right. He's walking back over to Mac Brown right now. He says, hey, I'm okay.
Well, yes, but because they attended to that injured hand, now the official comes over and says, you're going to have to sit out a snap.
Yeah, you get some medical attention. When you take medical attention, you have to go out for a snap and timeout for Texas. But
that's tough.
Chris Sims, it's like a basketball when it stoves your finger up. That snap, he wasn't expecting it. Hit him right in that ring finger and stoved it up and dislocated it. That's a tough kid, I'm telling you. I've done that many times. I dislocated my little finger a lot. Now, as a lineman, though, you can just tape them together. You can just tape the two. But as a quarterback, you can't tape them together because you got to throw the football. Watch the snap. Hit him right in the fingers. And so look at dislocation of that. Look at the pinky and the ring finger right there. Things dislocated, stoved up, and he's off to the sideline to get it put back in. Right away, he's grabbing that hand saying, whew.
Well, now by utilizing the timeout, he can stay in. He does not have to miss a snap. But there's only one timeout left for Texas. Now, here's another philosophy in theory. Do you take the down and let him go 3rd and goal to the 8, or take the yards and give him an extra snap, which they did.
Right.
And now it's going to be 2nd and goal for the 13 and more room for Sims to throw. I would rather have a 3rd and goal to the 8.
I don't know. If your key tonight is throwing the football, maybe you want the room.
Well, no, I'm saying if I'm Nebraska,
right,
I decline the penalty.
Right. I don't know. It'll be this. You talk about a drive that started at the 3-yard line, multiple play drive. Greg Davis taking a big drink, and he's taking a big sigh of relief, saying, "Boy, I'm glad my quarterback's finger's okay." Number one. And we got to finish this drive, and this is a big play in it right here.
Well, actually, it was a false start, so there wasn't an option for Texas. There wasn't an option, rather, for Nebraska. So now, what will it be? 2nd and goal to the 13. Nice play fake. B.J. Johnson. He had to leave the end zone to make the catch. And it'll be 3rd and goal outside of the 2.
Okay,
he was available early.
Okay, now, he just dislocated his ring finger on his throwing hand. He rolls to his left and throws another dart. I mean, that's something. That's something. You talk about gritting your teeth and fighting through it. It's 35 degrees or less, and he's got that injured hand, and he threw a rocket. He's impressive, I'm telling you.
This drive started with 8:34 left in the quarter. Now 3rd and goal. Can they hold him to 3? Sims looking for Williams. Wow. Touchdown. Too easy in front of DeJuan Gross.
And they got a flag, and it may be a celebration deal. The flag came out, it may be a celebration penalty on Texas.
You got a personal foul on the defense.
On Nebraska.
Left in the head on the quarterback.
They must have hit Chris Sims late. Hit him in the head.
How about a 97-yard touchdown drive?
Ooh. And Philip Bland, out of frustration, a safety blitz once again hits Chris Sims late in the head. And that, a 97-yard touchdown drive. How many plays and how much time? It was keep away at its best.
7:45. It took off the clock.
Wow. I mean, that's keep away at its best. Sims throws a rock at Bland. He hits him face mask to face mask. It wasn't necessarily late, but it was head-to-head, face mask to face mask. And the penalty, the penalty is assessed. The touchdown stands. And the penalty yards will be on the kickoff. So Texas may try a little bit of a squib or a pooch kick or something like that, because they'll have an opportunity to try something unique.
So now Mangum in to try to make it a 10-point lead. Satisfaction to the face of Chris Sims, and deservedly so. What an impressive drive. And most of it through the air. They had that one nice run by Cedric Benson. So commanding advantage now for the Longhorns.
He saw it. Hey, it's gonna be like 20. Guys, 6 nights in a row.
Isn't Hell Week over? Let's go to Subway.
Anything that's not round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt or sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
Is briquette French for little brick?
Yeah. Anyway, listen up. A barbecue grill manufacturer introduces a new model so big it puts all other ones to shame.
Even the really shiny ones?
Yeah, even the really shiny ones. Keep up. They rely on FedEx Ground to get affordable nationwide B2B delivery with a money-back guarantee.
And Backyard Gourmets get the thriller of the griller. Must be a real knockout.
It's the greatest.
The undisputed heavyweight broiler of the world.
All right, that's enough.
He saw it. Hey, it's gonna be like 20. Guys, 6 nights in a row.
Isn't Hell Week over? Let's go to Subway.
Anything that's not round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt or sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
A 10-point lead for the Texas Longhorns, and now in jeopardy, the nation's longest winning streak. 26 games for Frank Solich and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Well, now the ball is going to be teed for Richmond McGee at the 50. I just send it right out of the end zone. Give Jamal Lord, Nebraska, long, long field. Don't get cute. And that's what he'll do. So Nebraska, 1st and 10 to their own 20. What's the latest downstairs, Jim Knox?
All right, real quick, Joel. The offensive line, the Longhorns feeling good as well as Tim Nunes, the Longhorn offensive line coach. Also, big blow for the Longhorns defense. Marcus Tubbs, their big lineman, in the locker room right now, nursing a bad calf. He is through for the rest of the game. Also, Roderick Wright, they were checking his knee as well, but he's playing.
All right, Knoxie, thank you. 45 seconds left in the quarter, and that is tough.
Tubbs must have gotten leg whipped a little bit. When you have those calf injuries, a lot of times offensive linemen are leg whipped.
2 tight ends. The 2 wide receivers to the same side where Darren Dietrich is going, and Darren Dietrich almost into the secondary. Big stop, Derek Johnson. Big time. Otherwise, Darren Dietrich has probably got his best run of the night. So 26 and counting, the winning streak for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They've taken 73 of their last 74 at home. And don't forget who stopped the 47-game streak on Halloween 1998. Same Texas Longhorns.
By a 20-16 count. And the scoreboard says 20 for Texas right now.
Lord. Torpedoed. All of a sudden, Derek Johnson heard somebody called him on his cell at halftime and said, those guys are dogging you upstairs.
I tell you, there have been adjustments at the half because we've seen 3 touchdowns already when we didn't see any in the first half.
It's a 20-10 lead after 3 for the Texas Longhorns, trying to raise their record to 8-1. And you're watching College Football Saturday, presented by Kia Sarah on Fox Sports Net.
One company brings value to your life in more ways than you can imagine.
Kyocera.
With high-performance components that power the technologies you can't live without.
Kyocera.
From sophisticated satellite communications to high-reliability medical devices that make life worth living longer.
Kyocera.
One company makes components for all these things and more to bring new value to our world. Kyocera.
Peace off. Hey, yo, you're gonna be like 20. Guys, 6 nights in a row?
Isn't Hell Week over? Let's go to Subway.
Anything that's not round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt or sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Thanks, man. Thank you.
There's a light in your soul that says you're one of a kind. Don't never let it go. Be original, an individual, like Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. There's nothing better. Be you, do what.
The guys are counting on me.
Gotta go.
Just one night.
Just one night.
Nice hands.
Nice pen.
Hi. Nice pants. Where have they been?
Presenting Dockers Go Khaki with Stain Defender. See?
Jared's here, and he's eating a hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
That I can't miss.
Sounds delicious.
I'm on my way. Subway's hot dinner idea. Delicious chicken teriyaki topped with a tangy sweet onion sauce.
Wow.
Subway, eat fresh.
College football Saturday presented by Kyocera brings you back to Lincoln, Nebraska. First snap of the fourth quarter. Lord on third and about 6 or 4 rather. On the edge, he'll get it. Nice block down the sideline to the 40-yard line. And a big block by his wide receiver to help him out. Ben Cornelson allowed him to turn the corner and gave up his body against a much larger guy.
Yeah, he peeled back on a defensive lineman. And defensive linemen don't like that, but you can see the action as Lord sees the lane to take advantage of. Big defensive lineman in pursuit, shoot, right there. And legal, I mean, that's just a great block. That's the best blocking group of wide receivers in the nation.
Now Lord throwing on 1st and 10. Deep down the middle.
Oh!
At the 25, the catch is made. Touchdown, Nebraska.
It's their Harrion, the tight end. The tight end Harrion.
The rare throw to Harrion.
And Harrion, just that little play action fake. They got the tight end over the top. Tracy Wistrom did it many times during his career at Nebraska. And they really like the potential of Harrion. And Frank Solich says, we've got a tight end with tremendous ball skills and can run great routes. And they went over the top to Harrion, 6'4", 215, like a big wide receiver. Ran the good route, and great throw by Lord.
Brand new ball game. 29 seconds into the fourth quarter. That is only the 3rd catch for Matt Harrion this year. It's also his 2nd touchdown.
What a throw. Double coverage.
Gina? You know, when I was first hired, we didn't have all these fancy integrated systems. Our sales program wasn't even linked with accounting. Warehouse platform in Chicago wasn't linked to anything, not even shipping. Back then, orders took days. Now, they just take hours.
Wow, how long have you been working here?
A couple of months now.
Oh.
With Microsoft Server software, you can quickly connect all aspects of your business. That's software for the agile business. From Microsoft.
On the next Beyond the Glory, Jerry Rice was a small-town sleeper with big-time dreams.
We had just drafted possibly the greatest player of all time.
But his NFL career didn't begin in Hall of Fame fashion.
They say, you know, get him the F out of here.
And when tragedy struck off the field,
I could only just sit and just pray.
It unleashed a will to succeed.
Whenever you challenge me like that, I'm going to come out swinging.
Football's ageless icon, Jerry Rice, Beyond the Glory. Tomorrow at 8 on Fox Sports Net.
Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse.
Please welcome NBA All-Star Jerry Stackhouse.
Texas took almost 8 minutes off the clock to take a 10-point lead, and it vanishes in about a minute as Nebraska moves 80 yards. 60 on the final pass to the young man that very rarely gets into the game, the tight end Matt Harrion, playing behind 3 seniors. Brown kicks it away. It'll be Selvin Young, and he's going to bring it out. 3 yards into his end zone. Won't make it to the 20. So the momentum has certainly shifted Nebraska's way as they chop down the true freshman from Houston, Selvin Young. Siegel making the stop, and he gets him near the 14.
Well, it's hard to defend a touchdown when you don't have 11 men on the field. And you can see right here, Texas has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players, you need 11. Harrion's lined up at the tight end position.
They never were ready, were they?
Nope.
Good reason the safety never got over.
And Harrion just runs a pattern right down the hash marks, the vertical, and beats him down the football field. 1 man short was Texas.
High formation. Chris Sims should be offside as they felt Benson behind the line, but it should be a free 5 again.
Well, that was our nose guard. Once again, that's been having a problem. Ryan Bingham all night long has been listening to the quarterback. Well, that time John Clinton was in the football game. You got to watch the football. Don't guess and don't listen to the quarterback.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's been, for the most part, a penalty-free game as far as the long mark-offs are concerned, but that is the 5th on Nebraska for 40 yards in assessments. So 1st and 5. This 3-point contest. So much at stake for Texas. Number 7 of the BCS rankings. Nothing doing on the ground. It's been that way since the start of the game. Benson with maybe a yard, if that, like Kevin Smith on the stop.
The first drive of the game, Texas had a 1st and 5 and went 1, 2, 3 and out. Let's see what happens on this 1st and 5, which is a pivotal drive for Texas. Craig Bowles' defense is playing well. They're up in the bid. He's simplified a little bit. He has so many young players, only 2 seniors on the starting defensive unit right now. You have to simplify.
It'll be 2nd and still close to 5. Sims for Roy Williams, and he threw it before Williams turned around. It was all tangled up with the true freshman Fabian Washington. So a good job of the freshman to use the boundary to his advantage.
Fabian Washington stepped up when he had to on that snap. Biggest 3rd down of the game right now for Nebraska. If they can hold here and get the football back, they'll get nice field position down by 3 points with virtually a quarter to play.
Pretty good percentage for Texas so far. 6 of 14 on their 3rd down attempts. From the 19. Pocket holds up for Sims. Catch made. What a catch by Roy Williams. Man draped all over his back, and boy, that's his 12th. When he's needed the clutch one, Williams has come up with it.
And he went right back to him. He said, you know what, Fabian Washington maybe made a great play, but you're going to make one against him on 3rd down, and he did. I mean, Fabian Washington had good coverage, but it was an excellent throw by Chris Sims and a tremendous catch by Roy Williams. Little pivot route. Look at Fabian Washington. It's right there, just beyond his reach, and look at the hands of Roy Williams. That's just, what a great picture, guys, of a guy making a great catch. Great throw as well.
Those catches against the Nebraska defense this year now belong to Roy Williams. Benson waiting for the block, but Rude was there, and there's a flag on the play.
A face mask? They have a face mask.
Or was the lineman out front holding on Robbie Doan?
Yeah. Was Robbie Doan grabbing, or was Barrett Rude grabbing the face mask? See what the call is here.
12:48 remaining. So close every play.
And they got Doan.
Now, as coaches say, if they want to, and they look hard enough, they can probably find a hold on any play.
But when the hold is occurring at the point of attack, that's when it's usually called, and Doan was right out there at the point of attack.
He was right in front. Our FedEx numbers where Chris Sims is gone tonight. Texas Air stats.
Yeah, and it's been to Roy Williams. I mean, 12 of those 17 completions. Roy Williams has been the man. He's checked down to Ivan Williams predominantly as the running back. And Brett Robbins made some plays as well.
Well, Rashawn Woods caught 11 for Oklahoma State against Nebraska in their upset. And that was maybe the darkest moment of the season for Nebraska. And that's why last week meant so much for this group. Because they did come back. And they won on the road. Ended a long road losing streak after losing the week before at Oklahoma State. Now mark up the 10, first and 20 for the Longhorns.
Movement by Dockery. Oh, no, that's the big freshman. Yeah, Jonathan
Scott on the right side.
Jonathan Scott, the son of Herb Scott, the great lineman with the Dallas Cowboys. Dockery was the right tackle, moved inside. Dockery's the next of the big guys. They had Leonard Davis. They had Mike Williams, who's now playing with the Buffalo Bills. Leonard Davis with the Arizona Cardinals. And big old Dockery, another 350-pound plus, depending on what he had a pregame meal. Will be another very high draft pick for the Texas offensive line. Boy, it's first in a bunch.
7 penalties, 45 yards. From the 17. 3 minutes gone by in the fourth. Sims throwing. Deep down the middle. Oh, the deflection. It's complete to Brock Edwards. He's got a first down all the way inside the 40. Close to the 39.
Yeah,
it looked like Rue, the middle linebacker, got his hand on it.
Yep, it went right through him, I thought. I mean, amazing. And that's great concentration, because when your vision's obscured like that, like Brock Edwards was, Chris Sims avoided a nightmare here, and right through the hands, split the hands. I mean, right through. And that is just great reaction by Brock Edwards. You talk about concentration of the football. Rue just deflects it right to him. Ricochet rabbit. And Brock Edwards is right there. Great concentration.
That's usually a member's bounce, not a visitor's bounce.
Yeah. What could have been an interception turns into a big play.
First and 10. It'll be Benson. Not much on the little crease. He tried to shoot between his tackle and guard. Trevor Johnson making the hit.
You know the old saying, Joel, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. There's a case of it right there on that play, because it could have been a defensive takeaway, and it turns into a first reception. We sort of showed you that Chris Sims had not completed a ball to his tight ends all night, and off that deflection through the hands of Rude, Brock Edwards makes a big play.
It goes for 46 yards in the first down. Chris Sims, 376 yards passing. Wow. 26 of 41. It could be more. He could be over 400 easy. He had some drops in the first half.
That's a career high, isn't it, for him? 376? I think it might be.
And now, delay of game coming up on Chris Sims. He thought about the timeout. He's only got one left.
Right. And in a 3-point game, you want to save it. You know, it might come in very handy. They've had to burn a couple that they may regret. When you're in a close ball game, you want to have all your timeouts.
Texas has had no ground game whatsoever tonight. 26 carries overall for only 56 yards. And that's out of 432 yards of total offense.
Well, they said the passing game was where they're going to make their big plays, and they weren't kidding. They were hoping the passing game would set up the run. So far, it hasn't.
Texas started with the ball. About 30 seconds gone in the quarter. They've held on to it for 4 minutes in this game of keep away. Now trying to go deep into the corner. Grab is made. Was he in bounds? No, he lost the football. Roy Williams. It looked like he had him momentarily, and then in the collision on the boundary went out. Yep. And the ball came out as well.
Washington again matched up, and Chris Sims stepped up in the pocket. The old double move by Roy Williams. He's got Gross underneath. Washington over the top. Just a little stutter step, a little stop and go. And Gross stays with it and knocks it right out of bounds. That's good coverage, and that's a great throw. I mean, even with that tremendous coverage, Chris Sims put it in a very, very small opening.
So now 3rd and 14. Can't complain with the numbers they have on third downs tonight. Brett Robin, the only one in the backfield. 6 of 6 so far on 3rd and a half, and they won't convert here. Coming through, John Clanton along with Trevor Johnson. Clanton the first one.
Yep. Clinton had the bull rush. And Clanton got the offensive lineman on skates, and I think he was matched up with the center, Jason Glenn. And when you get in bull rush back like that as an offensive lineman, you have to drop down and chop him to the ground. You can't get on a sled skating backwards.
Now, you've got to keep it away from Gross. He has not been a weapon so far tonight. If you're Texas, you can't let him burn you.
Little movement inside.
So dead ball foul coming up. Well, there's the throwing hand of Chris Sims you talked about. Now he's just going to tape it up.
Yep, it's the ring finger knuckle of that throwing hand, that left hand. And you know, when it's cold, it's hard not to get a grip and a feel for the football. And that's, you know, the last finger that comes off the ball for accuracy is the index finger. So if you're going to dislocate a finger, the ring finger, if you're going to pick a finger, is the one that you pick. You don't want that index finger dislocated because that's the one that gives you the accuracy of the throw.
Gross waits back outside of the 15. Good idea. Bradford putting it out of bounds. Now, where will they spot it?
Outside the 20, I think. Ooh, 19, 18.
So just shy of the 19-yard line. Nebraska's got a long field, but they only need a field goal to tie it up. 9:27 to play in regulation. Now, what about that injury? Is that going to be the determining factor before it's all over?
Ooh,
for Chris Sims and the Longhorns.
The Southern Sports Report.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's the nightly newscast you've been waiting for.
This is the real deal.
30 minutes every night dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
We told you this would be good.
Your teams, your town, your show. The Southern Sports Report, nightly at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
Mac is not a cop. Mac is not a cop. He's Al Capone with a badge.
He stole 2 bricks of cocaine, and I saw him do it.
Come near my men again. I'm gonna lose patience.
What are you mixed up in?
We killed a cop. You've got to get Dick Mackey off the streets.
What did you do?
Nothing you haven't done. Nothing you haven't done. I'm a different kind of cop. Who can I trust?
The Shield in all new season, January 7th on FX.
Hey, this doesn't look like Tampa Bay. Nope. Jerry, where are we?
Hello, Jillian.
JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy host football's most animated pregame show featuring Jillian's forecast and Kimmel's upset special. Fox NFL Sunday, this week on your local Fox station.
You guys are pathetic.
When it comes to schedule maintenance of your vehicle, experience matters. And that's why it's important to know Perry Brothers Tire. For over 70 years, Perry Brothers Tire has been providing quality under-car care from trained technicians. Look to them for oil changes, replacement belts and hoses, tire balance and rotation, CV joints, alignments and brakes, just to name a few. And Perry Brothers is also your source for brand name tires, including Goodyear, Michelin, Cooper, and Kelly. Come visit Perry Brothers Tire in Aberdeen, Dunn, in 2 locations in Sanford.
Texas has given up 200 yards rushing to a player this season. Griffin got it against in the Oklahoma game, and now again tonight.
They've had some great running quarterbacks in Nebraska. Now Jamal Lord owns the record, the rushing record for quarterbacks in Lincoln, 230 yards.
And he's got the record for carries last week with 30, so he's hot.
Second and about 6. And Lord, well, he might have been advised to give it to his running back. David Horn looks easy up here. Pickrell and Redding all over him.
You shoot it up, just crank it up a little bit. Hit us up here in the booth.
These people are too cold to put their hands out to catch it.
Come on now. Hot dog. Hey, if it's hot, get it up here. A little hand warmer.
Why do I feel like he's an expert on this subject?
Oh, look at that. That's a big old, that's got to be a towel. Yeah, bring the towel up. That's all right. Shoot that bad boy
up. How big a third down is this coming up? For Nebraska trailing by 3 on a 3rd and 11.
You got to clean the barrel after you shoot a few dogs.
Lord out of the shotgun. Setting up the screen. And a low fastball off the hands of Horn, but it was well diagnosed by the Texas Longhorns defense. They saw it coming. Reed Boyd of the neighborhood.
Texas, they haven't given up a tremendous number of yards tonight because Nebraska hasn't been able to throw the ball consistently, although they did get over the top with their tight end for what, over 60 yards? To Harrion? I think it was over 60 yards, that touchdown reception.
Right at 60.
Yeah.
Made it a brand new ball game, but now Texas will get it back and try to play keep away. Nathan Basher, can he be a difference maker? Larson, a returnable type. Backpedaling Basher from his own 10. Only to the 18.
Gross made the play.
His counterpart, the senior from Garfield Heights, Ohio, DeJuan Gross on the coverage. And they'll put him at the 19-yard line. Texas has had some long drives in this half. Well, we talked to Mack Brown earlier today about the importance of this game against Nebraska.
Well, there is a lot to be accomplished, not only in the Big 12, but the BCS and the bowl games that are out there. And but more than that, everybody talks about the end. What's better than playing in Lincoln, Nebraska against a great Nebraska team with a classy bunch of kids and a great coaching staff that we respect so much on national TV with Fox? That's pretty good stuff. So why worry about the end when we can enjoy it right now?
Ivan Williams, big yardage on first down. Nice little circle pattern out in the backfield. He's got it past the 33 to the 34. Well, Mack Brown, give credit where credit is due because he's won 11 straight on the road. 15 of the last 17 in his 5th year. And he's got a formula that is definitely working because in the previous 10 years, Texas was not even a 500 club on the road.
And he went into Manhattan and won there. Now he's at Nebraska and he's got the lead there. And I agree with you, Mac. You know, it's like there's nothing better than a classic confrontation, conference confrontation of the Big 12 on Fox Sports Net.
From the 35, 1st and 10. Sims looking deep and throws it away. Nothing available. Good idea. And who would like to say that they own the only 2 wins over Nebraska since 91, covering 75 games?
Absolutely. And look at Chris Sims closing in on 400 yards, 392 yards is a career high tonight. And the other thing about Mack Brown, only 3 active coaches have won here at Memorial Stadium. Mack Brown could win for the 2nd time if they hold on tonight. Joe Paterno and Bobby Bowden. So that's pretty good company.
7:04 to play in this 3-point affair. They put it back on the ground and keep it up top. Williams and Johnson. Wide side of the field. Cedric Benson to the secondary. Look out. He's got a first down across the 45. Moves the chains. And that is so important to take another 90 seconds off the clock as he's pulled down by Bullocks around the ankle.
That was a very sure tackle by Bullock. I thought Cedric Benson might pop this a little bit. You can see Bullocks right here. Watch him make the play, and that's very, very nice job. Because Benson a lot of times will run through those because Bullocks didn't get his head across the bow, didn't get his head in front of his body, but he hit enough of them to get him down.
It's the 4th possession of the 2nd half for Texas. Talk about a change. Texas had the ball 8 times in the first half. We didn't have any touchdowns in the first half. Nebraska also had it 8 times. Cedric Benson, little shoulder shift, maneuvers his way across the midfield stripe. Man gives him about 3 on the first down carry. More importantly for Texas, takes it down to about the 6-minute mark. College Football Saturday presented by Kia Serra brings you right back next Saturday for the Pac-10 Showdown. It's Cal and Arizona State. Coverage will all start with the College Football Saturday kickoff show at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net. So join us. College football next Saturday afternoon. 2nd and 7. A long 6. Sims on a pretty play fake, but they're keeping up with Williams that time. That's where he was available against the linebacker. That time, the linebacker kept up with him.
That naked bootleg has been awfully good to the Texas Longhorns tonight. He's checked down to his fullback on one particular scheme to Ivan Williams successfully. He's hit Roy Williams multiple times. It's been a very good play for Texas. They've gone to it about a half a dozen times.
Texas just failed for the first time on third down in the second half. There's 6 of 7 in the second half. This is the third, long 6, almost 7. Out of the gun. Underneath, it's there. The bullet again. Who else? Roy Williams with a career night. Don't forget, he had 25 catches over the first 8 games of the season. He's got 13 tonight.
And when you have a healthy Roy Williams that can run like a deer and he's built like a bull, you got a problem. So Gross is he's going to bail. This is called man coverage, but he's bailing. He's trying to get in his hip, and he just drove him off the line of scrimmage down the football field and just hooked up, came back to the football effectively, and a ski right was thrown by Chris Sims. So he stepped up in the pocket, and his mechanics are awesome.
From their own 19-yard line where the drive began, it's at the Nebraska 39, and it's Cedric Benson waiting for a block to develop. It never gets there. In on the hit, Brian Bingham, along with T.J. Hallowell. And a short game, but more importantly, next snap is going to take place inside of 5 minutes left.
You know, at some point, you are crowding the line of scrimmage. You've taken the run away from Texas. But when the quarterback's thrown for 400 yards, do you continue to let him play pitch and catch? Greg Bowl continuing to go with the same philosophy. Make Chris Sims make plays to beat him. And so far, it's happening.
He sends Benson out of the backfield. He's already thrown for 402 yards. Benson was available, goes back the other way. Jump ball, and it's taken away. But Gross got a piece of Williams before the ball came in. It'll be 15 yards and another first down.
Yeah, Gross had great position, but when he squeezed Roy Williams, he squeezed him away from any opportunity to make the play.
You got to locate the ball on its way in, don't you?
Yeah, in order to make a play on it, you most certainly do. He had good coverage, and what you try to do is when you use the sideline as an extra defender, as you described before, Joel, and he jumped into him prematurely. Roy Williams kind of conned him a little bit.
Good call on that.
Yeah, Gross was looking at his eyes, and Roy kind of conned him into thinking the ball was arriving sooner than it really did, and it drew the pass interference penalty.
You know what Roy does well? He doesn't give it away where he puts his arms up.
Right.
Like it's there. His arms were still pretty close to his sides.
Right. But he just gave that little look. You know, you lift your eyes like, oh, here comes the ball, and Gross bit.
Major Applewhite, the last one to throw for 400 yards for Texas. That was against Oklahoma State back in '98. Sims out of the edge, hitting his tight end. Brock Edwards, big yardage inside the 10. First and goal to the 5. Well, the play action was just beautiful by Chris Sims.
That's the naked bootleg once again, and Josh Bullock's missed the tackle. And Brock Edwards has been large, hasn't he? I mean, he made the play when the ball went through Rude's hands and makes another big play here. The naked bootleg, the fullback and the tight end have been available. Roy Williams has been available. Greg Davis has done a great job of getting Chris Sims out of pocket with all by himself. No personal protector. The run action kind of freezing the Nebraska defenders. Him getting out there in the perimeter with a run-pass option. And he's got 419 yards now, 2 touchdowns and interception. I'd say he stepped up big in this big game, didn't he?
Coming out party for Chris Sims, especially if they can seal the deal by putting him into the end zone here and go up by 10. Going to be Benson down to the 3. Second and goal. So Brock Edwards with a 17-yard grab after the 46-yarder earlier on the deflection you were talking about. 2 for 63. And right now, he has used 7 different receivers. Williams, that's Ivan and Roy, Jeffrey, Edwards, B.J. Johnson, Brett Robin, and Cedric Benson one time.
And remember, earlier in this half, his ring finger was going sideways, and they had to put it back into place, reduce it back into place on the dislocation, and he's still throwing seeds.
They've held on to the football now better than 4 minutes, getting it with 7:36 remaining. Second and goal, Benson. Can he get there? Touchdown, Texas. That just might do it.
Well, that's Benson's 8th rushing touchdown on the season. And it is a large one in this football game. And Chris Sims take a bow. And Benson, you take one as well. That was the finalization of a heck of a drive. Jason Glenn, the center for Texas. It's a little inside zone. And he does a good job of picking one off and getting to the linebacker level. And, man, he's knocking Root around. He's knocking Bland around. That's desired by the center.
Mangum for the point after, and a big one to make it a 10-point deficit for Nebraska. So will it be over? The nation's longest home winning streak, 26 on the line for Nebraska. Chris Sims, the difference, putting Texas in a position to succeed all night long, throwing for better than 400.
One company brings new value to the way we communicate.
Kyocera.
With smartphone technology that adds color to the wireless world.
Kyocera.
Fiber optic components that drive broadband internet service.
Kyocera.
And copiers that scan direct to email for instant communication around the globe.
Kyocera.
One company does all these things and more to bring new value to our world. Kyocera.
Our dad's idea of time on the road is different now. He signs more report cards than autographs and spends more time on our wardrobe and hair than his. Instead of people watching him play, he watches us play. But one thing hasn't changed. Every night, he plays to a full house.
College Football Saturday on Fox Sports Net, brought to you by Kyocera. One company, countless solutions. By Nissan and your Nissan dealer. By Dr. Pepper, your local Dr. Pepper bottler. And by new mixed grills from Healthy Choice. Big grill taste without the grill. Welcome back to Lincoln. Some sad eyes in the state capitol. But from the Lone Star State, well, they're smiling at the sideline.
You see the dreadlocks? The last guy that won here had dreadlocks as well, Ricky Williams.
Good call. And now it is going to be the tight end picking it up. That's Kyle Ringenberg taking the short pooch out past the 35. Well, this fall, you can get it early. We talked about it later tonight. I already promised I'd pay for the popcorn. Dave Lappin's joining me. NFL show presented by the U.S. Postal Service. I didn't tell him he's buying the pizza, though.
There you go.
Popcorn's cheap part of it. And the way he eats pizza, double larges. Come on, Lapp.
Meat lovers, baby. Meat lovers.
From the 40 on first down. The pitch. And a big one to Josh Davis. First down in Texas territory. Jim Knox.
All right, Joe, as you can imagine, all smiles on the Longhorn sideline. Right after that touchdown, Chris Sims came to the bench and said, I want Sunday off. You see, if they win tonight, it looks like they will get Sunday off. No practice for the Longhorns on Sunday if they win tonight. All smiles down here on the Horn sideline, guys.
I'd bring him back just to work on the ground game. Josh Davis with the long gain. And now Lord going for the bundle in a jump ball. And the catch made? No, but a flag on a pass interference call. As they wanted to get it to the wide receiver, Ben Cornelson. Getting him earlier, though, Cedric Griffin. Now, let's not forget when Texas went up 20-10. Nebraska came back with a touchdown about 60, 70 seconds. That's all it took on the 60-yard pass to the tight end Harrion. So they can get the quick score.
They can.
And all of a sudden, the onside kick.
Defense. 15-yard penalty from previous spot. First down.
Look at the rosy cheeks on our referee. I mean, it's chilly down there. He's got the cheeks rosed up pretty good. And you know, Knox, you take Sunday off yourself. It's been cold down there, man. Get a little hot chocolate.
He's got an igloo, though.
A couple of marshmallows.
We built one for him.
Mac will give you Sunday off, too, Knox.
From the 25 of Texas, short side of the field, the option working again for Lord. And he's close to a first down. Gets 9, but blocked the biggest enemy for Nebraska. They'll work in the hurry up. Lee Jackson in on the hit. Now the executive producer of Fox Sports Net is Bill Borson. Coordinating producers of College Football Saturday, Roy Hamilton and Gary Garcia. Tonight's game produced by Mike Kelly, directed by Ken Fouts, providing our great pictures, and they were sensational tonight. College Football Saturday studio show produced by Loy Maxon, directed by Joe Whitis. Senior Vice President of Field Operations, Andrea Berry, and the Vice President of Field Operations is Karen Newman.
And once again, you know, the University of Nebraska honoring Kenny Fouts, and rightfully so, a proud alum. And it's going to be the last time Kenny's going to be here at Nebraska. And top shelf, boy, class act. It was a big night for Ken Fouts, and all of us here at Fox Sports Net. We certainly appreciate what he's done for us.
Well, they'll have him back, though. I know Ken. He's going to be back, and he'll play all the local golf courses.
Oh, yeah. Now, there's a guy that can hit it long and straight now. You know, I mean, he's
what is that name? I'm trying to think of the name of the beauty we played here last year. Was it Firethorn? Firethorn. Man, oh, man, I think it's a Pete Dye course. It was heaven. And so Ken Fouts will be here.
And you know what? As we go around the league to all the different coaches in the conference, when they find out that, you know, it's Kenny's last tour, I'll tell you what, he's made a lot of friends, because these coaches, they think a lot of him as well.
FedEx numbers. Boy, top heavy. Extremes for the two teams. You've been talking about it. And now Lord on second and a yard. 2:50 to play. Wide side, shovel pitch. Davis spinning. First and goal. Inside the 9. That'll stop the clock for the movement. Corey Reddy in on the hit, the senior from Houston.
He's wearing the same numbers as his dad, Tony Davis, and he's a Tasmanian devil, whirling devil just like his dad. I mean, it's a clone.
Now Taylor on the slants, and contact. That's going to be pass interference as they wanted Pilkington. But a tackle early by Michael Huff. He hit him low.
Yeah, he gets
now it's going to, because it'll be at the point, I believe.
Huff and Pearson sandwiched them before the arrival of the football.
So it'll be first and goal all over again.
Should be half the distance,
half the
right?
Distance.
First and goal.
Take it inside the 5.
Pass interference.
So that'll stop it with 2:38. But as I mentioned,
the ball replay.
They got the ball with 3:17. They haven't needed a minute to take it from their own 40 to a first and goal at the 3. So Texas letting them back in it way too quickly. Now the trips in the backfield and the power out. Lord on the pitch. Touchdown Nebraska. Darren Dietrich.
Boy, just a great cut block on the edge. Watch the cut block right here. Boop, shoo, down. I mean, that's extraordinary. Made it easy for Dietrich. When you take people off their feet, you know, pancake, that's huge.
But after makes it a 3-point game. And now, do you need to go for the onside kick with 2:34 to play? And I bring it up, Dave, because you still have 2 timeouts left for Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Right, and it all depends on what Frank Solich thinks about his defense. You know, the momentum of the game. Can his defense stop Chris Sims? He's thrown for over 400 yards. If they don't execute it, you have to think of the worst-case scenario. If they recover the football, it's easy. If they don't, can his defense stop Chris Sims, Roy Williams and company, and get the ball back for his offensive football team? So you have to evaluate the big picture. You know, how your defense is playing, how your offense is playing, momentum of the game. You have some momentum now. You just took it in the end zone.
490 yards of total offense for Texas. 423 for Nebraska. You saw those numbers. 419 to the 490 for Texas through the air. It's almost like any time they needed a first down, Roy Williams had enough on the outside of the cushion. He could just go off the line a few yards, take it from Chris Sims. So I tend to believe I would go for the onside kick because I don't know if I can get the ball back. They're not setting up for it right now, though.
Texas has got their hands team out there, though. Texas is anticipating the onside kick. They've got all the skilled people up front. All these guys right here are running backs, defensive backs, wide receiver types.
The only one back deep is Selvin Young, the running back. And it's going to be kicked away. So Young will bring it back from the goal line. Gets outside. to block. And a nice move across the 35. Good field position. Nathan Basher instead brought it back. Not the running back in the double number situation. But Basher. Man, Texas has it at their own 39-yard line.
That's a huge return, because even if Nebraska's defense does go 1, 2, 3 and out, with a decent punt, Nebraska will still have quite a bit of field to have to negotiate. But if Texas can just crank out a couple, 3 first downs, they'll be genuflecting, taking a knee and running the game out.
Longhorns with 1 timeout remaining. Talk about the 2 for the Huskers. You better hold on to the football. Cedric Benson in the eye behind Will Matthews. Benson, maybe a half. Timeout Nebraska. Ryan Bingham with the penetration and the hit.
And the one thing that you have to do if you're Texas, Chris Sims, when he had the team huddled up on the sideline, 2 hands on the ball. Don't let him rip the ball out of there. Ball security is a must, and what Nebraska's talking about is forcing a turnover. Get the ball out of there.
Well, these 2 teams have had some incredible confrontations. We talked about 98. Well, how about 96, the Big 12 title game? Priest Holmes, a touchdown run. He had 3 on the day. James Brown, a deep one to Wayne McGarity. That made it 30-27. And the coach at the time after that one, John McAfee, celebrating the Longhorns win as they prevailed by 10 in the Big 12 title game.
John McAfee now out at Arizona, Joel, the Pac-10. And he was a very, very creative offensive coach. And he made a gutsy call in that game on 4th down, going for it, and a little play-action pass to the tight end that was huge in that football game.
He's definitely a gambler.
Yep.
I remember doing a game at the Cotton Bowl, the Texas-Oklahoma game, where he gambled. And it was a battle of field goals that day, a few years back. So here we go, 2nd and 10. 3-point lead for the Longhorns. 2:14 to play. And 1 timeout remaining for each team. Will they put it up this early? No. Benson. And Benson gets it across the 40 to the 42. Last time out of the use by Nebraska. With 2:06 left. So a dilemma for Mac Brown. Do you leave it up to your defense? You keep it on the ground, because then you can take it down with another running play inside of 90 seconds before you have to punt the football.
I think what I do here is I go back to that play that's been so good to me, the naked bootleg, and give Chris Sims a 2-way go out in the perimeter. And I would configure it where I have more than 1 receiver to go to. I'd have my fullback closest to the line of scrimmage. I'd have my tight end down the scrimmage intermediate, and somebody a little bit deeper. I'd give him different quadrants to throw to, and I get him out of pocket where he can throw it away without suffering intentional grounding. And the final option is him to run it, which is the worst option, but I might think about going back to that.
So Nebraska has used their final timeout. And will they put it up? It'll be 3rd and 7. Roy Williams has had that cushion all night long. I gotta believe they're going to put Gross on Williams. That's what's at stake. Last time they lost, it was by 4. 20-16 Longhorns. That's their only loss in their last 74 at home. Crowd has been a factor. Williams is going to set up on the short side. Believe it or not, he's against the rookie, the true freshman Fabian Washington. Here we go. The ball game on the line. Washington fell down, and Roy Williams has sealed it for the Longhorns with a first down to the 47. So if they were going anywhere, you knew what direction Chris Sims wanted, and that was in the direction of number 4.
Are they going to call a celebration penalty on Roy Williams for doing the Nestea plunge? I mean, after he caught the ball and knew he had the first down, he fell flat in his backside. And
it's got to be a dead ball foul. The first down stands there.
Right. Fabian Washington went down in coverage, and Mac Brown can't believe that they're calling are they calling offensive pass interference? What are they calling here? Looks like they're calling offensive pass interference on Roy Williams. Because they're going back. Texas is headed back. He must have pushed off.
Or will it be a dead ball foul, though, as you mentioned?
I think they're calling offensive pass interference.
That's unbelievable.
I think when Fabian Washington went down, they say Roy Williams pushed him, and that's a phantom call, I think.
Pass interference on the offense. 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
Previous spot.
Mac Brown can't believe it.
Another look at the play that could determine the outcome.
Here it is, as Roy Williams comes off, and he pushes with the right hand, and they say that the push of Roy Williams' right hand knocked Fabian Washington down.
Well, Washington had his hands up as well. What do they call it? The old chicken fighting inside?
Mac Brown can't believe it. He said they both have a right to that spot on the field, and both were pushing and shoving, and because of the size of Roy Williams, he overpowered Fabian Washington and knocked him to the turf. He didn't slip on the turf. In the official's opinion, he was pushed down to the turf by Roy Williams' big right paw.
Clock is running. Texas is going to utilize their final timeout in just a moment, but take the play clock down all the way and then make the timeout call. So disbelief for the Texas Longhorns and just about everybody else.
Roy Williams can't believe it. He's like saying to the official, hey, come on now. That's unbelievable.
It looked like it was an automatic for his 14th catch of the night and a win for Texas. Now the biggest break of the night belongs to Nebraska.
Boy, that is one tough call to make. But, you know, there's home field advantage for a lot of reasons. You get those calls at home. I guess you don't get those calls when you're on the road.
Another look back at what they're calling pass interference on Roy Williams.
Watch the push. Once he gets down the football field, watch the right hand. Right hand right there. Boom, push right there. The right hand pushes Fabian Washington down, and that's what causes the separation for Roy Williams in the interpretation of this official back here through the flag. This one was spotting the ball, did not make the call.
Well, the flag came out very late. You still didn't see the flag, even when Roy Williams was down.
Might have been double clutching for it, couldn't find it. Yeah, right.
So 94 seconds left. Nebraska would take overtime right now, trailing by 3. There was a 6-3 lead for Texas at the half. So all of the scoring in the second 30 minutes of play. And an empty backfield for Chris Sims, Williams, Johnson, Jeffrey, Timmons, Shanahan, all in there on 3rd and 22.
Now, will Nebraska bring more than the 4? Will they bring 5 in the rush? Only 4.
Quarterback draw. Just keep the clock going. That's a good idea. That'll take it down inside to a minute to play when they do snap it again. It's rolling. They still haven't started the play clock for the punt team. And let's see when they do start it. This is working against Nebraska. They still haven't started it. They're anxious, as you can tell. The largest crowd in the stadium's history. Now they started.
How about Chris Sims' night tonight? 29 of 47, 419 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a couple that they couldn't quite handle that fastball he was delivering in the cold weather.
Now, you do not need to snap it until there's a couple of seconds left. Bradford's got to keep it away from DeJuan Gross, who leads the nation in punt returns. Now it's a wobbler down the middle. Gross at the 40.
Halo.
Down. It's going to be a penalty. Here comes Gross. Look out to the 40. Slowed down by the punter. And finally pulled down in field goal territory already.
Unbelievable.
You got to keep it away. You keep it away. You don't let him touch the football. The best in the nation at it, and they gave it to him.
Yep, and Gross, I mean, he had 4 returns of over 25 yards this season. Make it 5. Man, now 3 of them he's taken back for touchdowns.
They've got it all the way to the 16, so forget about a field goal. They've got plenty of time to win the game.
Oh, heck yeah, they do. You know, the way they're running the option. And boy, Gross did a good job of securing the football. Man, did the big player step up at the big time. Oh, look at that score. He caught the back half of the football. It almost went through his hands. Man, what a game. And how big is that penalty call, that offensive interference penalty now?
It's the difference in the game. Woo. Otherwise, Texas walks away with a win easily.
Yeah.
Only one in the backfield. Davis on the option short side. No timeouts left for Nebraska. They've got to hurry.
Got to spike it. You have to spike it. Got to conserve some time.
It'll boil down to if they can't get it in. Josh Brown, their place kicker. There's the spike. It stops it with 16 seconds left. And here is their one snap to try to get it into the end zone.
Well, and I think they're debating on the sideline whether to kick now, because if they have a bad snap, they could kick it another try at it. So they may be thinking about it. They're huddling up on the sideline. You can see them all. Frank Solich is talking about it. 16 seconds. You know, if I get a bad snap, I get another shot at it. Do I take a shot at the end zone? I mean, all those things going through his head right now. Or does he say, Mr. Brown, jog out there and tie this football game right now, and we'll take our chances in overtime.
Here we go. From the 16. 16 seconds left. Looking into the end zone. Back corner. Intercepted.
Wow.
Intercepted at the goal line.
Basher.
What a play by Basher.
Unreal.
And that will preserve the win.
Man, what a game. And Lord can't believe it. And Basher says, thank you, Lord. And that's exactly what Mac Brown, the whole Texas sideline, is saying right now. And Frank Solich can't believe it. Turnovers and penalties, untimely turnovers and penalties at crucial situations have hurt his football team, none more than this one. Throws into double coverage, Basher underneath, Griffin over the top, and Basher makes the play. You only have to get 1 foot in. He does. And he gets his right foot in, too, before his butt hits down. I mean, great play. Throws into double coverage. Well, I guess it would have been better to kick that field goal at that time with Brown and take your chances then.
Without a doubt. Now with 10 seconds to go. Just a knee, but don't forget they're at the 1. So you want to take that knee, but move forward.
Yeah, you don't want to take...
And that'll do it. And that's exactly what Chris Sims does. So Chris Sims, definitely our Dr. Pepper player of the game. He finished tonight throwing for 419 yards, a career best, and an emotional night for Mac Brown.
Mac Brown will sleep well tonight. He will sleep. He's emotionally and physically exhausted right now, like he played every snap.
Go, go.
What a game.
Go, go.
So a 3-point win for Texas. Talking to his counterpart. So much respect between these two. Guys that have been head coaches in this conference now for the last 5 years. And let's head downstairs to Jim Knox with Mac Brown.
Thank you, Joe. Mac, congratulations. What a game. 27-24 comes down right to the end. Defense comes up huge. Couple of big defensive stands. 4th and 1. And then right there, Nathan Basher seals the deal.
Well, Jim, is a great football game. Nebraska does it as good as anybody in the country. But the Texas Longhorns prevail tonight. What a tough bunch of kids. What a good bunch of coaches to come in here and win twice in 75 years. And the only 75 games, the only 2 teams to do it. That's great. Frank Solich does a great job. The Nebraska team has our respect. They kept coming back. Lord, it looked like A&M when they came back in that 4th quarter, but really proud of our football team tonight.
Mac, congratulations on another big victory. Let's get Chris Sims in here. Chris.
And tonight, this was the best quarterback in the country. I don't care what they say.
Exactly right. So Mac and Chris embraced. What a huge victory, Chris. You came through. They came out and they wanted to stop the run. They stopped the run. You threw for 419 yards tonight.
You know, we knew we were going to have our opportunities, and we did a great job of taking advantage of them tonight, and we played really well offensively all together, and I'm just happy to get out of here with a W.
What does this win mean for you personally? Biggest victory so far since you've been here at Texas?
It could be, hey, playing in Nebraska, this is maybe one of the most fun games I ever played in my life, and man, I mean, beating Nebraska, we beat them twice out of 75 times. They've never lost at home. It is huge.
Congratulations on the big night. Joe?
All right, 500 yards of total offense and 419 belong to Chris Sims. So that'll do it from Lincoln. Nebraska, 8-1, the number 7 team in the nation, prevailing by 3, 27-24. For Dave Lapp and Jim Knox, I'm Joel Myers. Let's send it back to the studio now and rejoin Chris Rose, Kellen Winslow, Artie Gigantino. Gentlemen, couldn't get much better than what we've just experienced.
You got that right, Joe. Welcome to the College Football Saturday Postgame Report. I'm Chris Rose, working alongside the Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, the coach, Artie Gigantino. Guys, that last drive, Nebraska gets the great punt return. They have a shot at the end zone. What do you think of the play call there on the interception?
Well, I like the play call. They wanted to take a shot into the end zone, but give Texas defense credit. They did a great job of holding up the receivers inside the slot and on the outside, throwing off the timing, then causing Lord to throw underneath, not into the end zone, Artie, that's a shot you take in the end zone or it's out, but never an interception.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I would have thrown the ball down the middle of the field, and obviously Nebraska does not do a great job of throwing the ball, and I don't believe Frank Solich would have been criticized too much if he even ran the ball on that down and then settled for the field goal and then got into overtime. All in all, though, it was a great game. And you take a look at Nebraska right now. They're 6-4. They've got Kansas, which they'll win. Then they've got Kansas State and Colorado. They're looking at a 7-6 season.
Well, it's the first time since 1968 that they have lost 4 games before the bowl season.
Amazing.
Obviously, something's going to happen down there at Nebraska.
Might be a change or two.
Well, there might be.
Not at the top.
Hey, guys, more football coming your way right after we're done. The NFL show has Saints running back Deuce McAllister and their safety Sammy Knight in studio. Plus, they'll break down Brady versus Bledsoe. The Pats and Bills do battle. That's coming up in just a few minutes. But back to the college game where everybody's panicking over the BCS. 8 teams entered Saturday undefeated. So would some big-name program be left out of the Fiesta Bowl picture? Well, don't worry, because since the BCS started in 1998, there have never been more than 2 unbeaten teams in a single season. We start with #1 Miami, which had problems with Rutgers. The special teams providing a TD for the Scarlet Knights. But in the fourth quarter, the Canes were down until Ken Dorsey let them back.
Great timing pattern by Ken Dorsey to find his big target, Andre Johnson, for the touchdown.
28 unanswered points in that final quarter, making 30 straight wins for Miami. And Kellen, since you won't say it, I will. K2, 6 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Second-ranked Oklahoma taking on Colorado. Nate Hibble finding Antoine Savage in the middle of the field for the touch. That's on their first drive. Sooners up 7-zip. Then Hibble again, efficient today.
The offense came alive for Oklahoma, but they're going to have to play great on offense to make a run at the national championship.
Hibble completed just 10 passes, but 3 found the end zone. It's Oklahoma's first win over Colorado since 1989. Third-ranked Virginia Tech struggling with Pittsburgh, but Lee Suggs, one of the untouchables, breaking it outside, then cutting it back a little bit. 59 yards on this touch. Hokies up 21-7, but Pittsburgh finds its way back. Rod Rutherford finds Larry Fitzgerald 10 yards in the touch.
Great
Fitzgerald, yes, 3 touchdowns to that point. But Brandon Myrie has just provided a 53-yard touchdown, so the Panthers could knock off the 8-0 Huskies. We'll keep you posted. Fourth-ranked Notre